My favorite YouTube channel ever? Maybe. Like Frederick Knudsen. I love his Down the Rabbit Hole videos.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You know Down the Rabbit Hole?
I've never heard of this in my life.
What? It's like, he does like the documentaries about random shit. He did one about Wings of Redemption that was like 2 hours long.
Oh, you know what? I think I have seen that. I think I've seen only the Wings video.
Type in Down the Rabbit Hole.
I've definitely seen the... It's called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
Wings of
His name is
right?
Frederick Knudsen. That's the YouTube channel name, but the series is called Down the Rabbit Hole, and it's the only thing.
Dude, holy shit! His Wings of Redemption one has 8 million views, and it's 2 hours long.
That video is crazy.
Yeah, you click on it, and you're like, I don't give a fuck this. And then you watch 5 minutes, you're like, oh my god, oh my god.
He's what Sonny V2 should be.
It's like Sonny V2 if he was way too thorough and like went over like
just
everything.
thorough.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Sonny V2 if he put in any effort at all.
I fucking hate the downfall videos that are a big trend now because everyone's doing it, and it's like someone remotely even fell off a little bit, and like, and then he just fell off, and that's it. That's
the downfall of Ninja, and it's like Ninja has 20,000 people watching him right now.
It also only picks people who still pull views. Like you're not going up like the downfall of Charles Trippy. It's like,
if someone like went to prison or did something fucked up, I'm like, okay, that's a downfall. But if someone's just like, he's not, he quit. It's like, how is that a downfall?
And after 11 years, Epic Mealtime stopped getting views.
Yeah, so he stopped making videos. How is that a downfall?
After an extremely successful run.
He did one about Mr. Bro, which is Mr. Beast's brother's channel, which was kind of a huge failure because it tried to copy one for one what Mr. Beast did and also branded itself as Mr. Bro, which is weird. Yeah. And so he did the video.
I'm Mr. Beast's brother.
But he like, Jimmy kind of like gave him some advice, as he does to random people, and so he like hit him up before. He's like, cool, can we make this video? He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, whatever you want. But the video's so soft. Like, you can tell he was really worried about making Mr. Beast upset. So he was like, Mr. Bro then did this, which isn't that big of a deal, honestly. It's not even that big of a problem.
Oh, that's funny.
He's like kind of like walking it back. He's like,
he doesn't want Jimmy to fucking...
To give him some credit, like, what was he supposed to do?
But as soon as Jimmy dips down to like 20 million views a video, he's coming.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Sonny V2 has it ready. He has like 18 videos for Mr. Beast's downfall already.
I don't know, there's something morbid about celebrating like
it is.
someone's downfall.
But it also got me to click because I clicked on those videos and I'm like, this is interesting. I watched a couple of them and I sent them to Ludwig and I was like, what do you think of these? Because I am like a child with a Play-Doh mind and I need my dad to tell me if this is a good thing or a bad thing in the world. And he was like, I fucking hate this guy because, you know, all these reasons. Like, the reason why you're both saying it's like, it's just
there's a lot of people I think it's valid and you can make this thing because they did some really fucked up stuff and they lost their audience. I'm like, that makes sense.
only so many of those exist, so you have to expand to just people who don't have views.
Yeah, so that's where they're all coming in now. And there's a lot of other channels that do it. But have you ever like, because I don't know, because you haven't been around like super long, right? I mean, how many years have you been
4 years.
I guess quite fun. Have you ever been friends with a creator who has like actually fallen off?
Dude, I will call me Carson.
Like, when not fallen off like in views, not because they were totally Carson.
I mean, they're both, right?
Like, I do think it's a bit different.
I had like a friend who like, because Colin Carson can still get views. You said it's some, right? I had a friend who can't get anything, and it was hard watching. Like it was really struggling.
Was it for a reason, or was it because
just the content wasn't like it wasn't changing with the times, and it didn't really make sense.
Call out Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris is right. I don't want to name names because like you know I don't want to add salt to the wound, but like you know it was really hard watching. Like because it was like someone's kind of life just falling apart. Like, it's really hard.
Yeah, it's probably a weird thing too. Like, presumably they did it for years.
Yeah, they were doing it for years.
Right?
They built their whole life around it.
And then all of a sudden you just have to, you have to go back to the normal world, and you've sort of lost all of those years in terms of experience that would have applied to like a field or study or anything that you would have pursued otherwise.
Yeah. There's some stories, but I'll tell you guys off camera.
The resume's got to go crazy because it's like McDonald's 2011 to 2012.
Yeah.
YouTube 2013 to 2020. And they're applying for like manager at Taco Bell or some shit.
Is there like a, I guess, what do you call it? I lost my train of thought. I was looking at your delicious Crocs again.
They're not.
Dude, you gotta just take a bite.
Just stop looking.
Just take a bite and get it over
They
with.
just look like
Because then
they'd
you'll
be
know
good,
what it's
bro.
like.
Have a bite. Have a bite. Have a little nibble.
Just look at
Take a bite.
Have a nom nom. Have a nom.
If
Daddy
you don't
wants
bite, I'm
nom nom.
biting.
No, dude.
Have a little nom nom for daddy.
Okay, to the camera.
Show the camera that you're having a bite. Is it yummy?
Why are you biting?
Is it yummy?
You want to
Yeah.
do it again?
Yeah, because it's rubber.
Why
Alright,
are you being
because
peer
got it out of your
pressured? Why are you
system.
being peer pressured by it?
Because that's how our friendship.
Oh, okay.
It is actually kind of
Really? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
tasty ground.
It's just
It tastes like glue.
And so that's actually the national dish of Wales.
It's just leak.
Sorry, we're not done dunking on it.
Eat your rubber, little boy.
We were in Vegas on Friday
Yeah.
for like a day.
Yeah.
I guess Anthony was there a little longer, but we were there just for like a work thing. And I was leaving to go to my flight, and I was in the elevator, and a group of people walked in with me. 4 of them. They're all English, and they're all talking in English accents. I can't really tell where from. I just can tell it's from the UK, right? And then we go down a few floors, and then a group of 6 very drunk Irish people get into the elevator. So it's me and 11 people from the UK and Ireland. And the Irish people are super drunk and have a really thick accents.
Yeah.
So I can't actually understand what they're saying to each other. And they start talking with the people from England, and I can understand what the people from England are saying. And the Irish people, they're just like da 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 da. And then the only thing I can make out is like they keep talking to each other, and then occasionally the words Shania Twain come out.
It's like the Austin Powers bit with his dad.
Yeah, it's
But it's
exactly
like-
like that. It's exactly like that.
Shat on a turtle.
And they're like miming dances like Shania was at the concert, but then all the context in between, I'm like, what the fuck are they saying?
No, they were talking about the new Parliament decision that happened earlier on.
Very serious.
I mean, maybe they were just speaking Gaelic and throwing in Shania Twain.
It definitely wasn't Gaelic.
I was watching VCT Japan because they had the finals.
Dude, that event was crazy, by the way.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
20K people in person, but you watch in like Japanese has so much English in it. They're like, I'm not understanding a word. They're speaking Japanese, and then they'll just be like, "Saifara bisaitu," and it's like it's just the English words but with Japanese accent, and I'm like, I think I know that one.
That actually reminds
actually.
me. There's this video from like a couple years ago of Dogen, and Dogen does like accent reviews of other
Dogen,
like
yeah.
Japanese speakers.
Dogen,
and
Filer.
he makes like a funny. He's making like a funny version of one of those videos about Joey.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's talking about Joey's Japanese accent, which is like just Joey was just born speaking Japanese. So he's like, actually, and he's speaking in Japanese the whole time with subtitles, and he's like, actually, Joey, your accent has a bit of a problem here. You're using too many real Japanese words. You're gonna want to mix in English here, English here. It's like like a real Japanese person
There's
does.
a lot of memes about like within Japanese like Twitter and stuff about how anglicized like Japanese is becoming. Because they just, I don't know, they just use, like, they didn't used to call it like, it's called toire, you can say in a lot of places, but they didn't used to say that. They used to just be like otearai, and then now it's like everyone says
Fuck, do either
toilet.
of those mean?
Otearai is toilet. That's like a fancy way of saying toilet.
Yeah.
Well,
And then, like coffee is like just coffee.
Dude,
And then like
Ice coffee,
there's
yes.
some places, you know, milk is traditionally like just pronounced like gyunyu, and then now in a lot of coffee places it's like miruku.
Yeah.
Dude, I heat checked him because in college I watched a shitload of like Asian films because they were all on Netflix.
That's what we're calling them.
Well, they were all on Netflix for the time, and it was like, I see what you did, you sneaky little bear.
Asian cinema. It's like
they're like 2 hours long. It's like 3 scenes. You know.
There was this movie called Outrage, and the Japanese title is Outureiji, or something like that. And I asked a lot if he's seen it because he doesn't watch actual movies; he just watches anime. 'Cause he's a child. I was like, oh, you ever
That's
see,
not true.
You ever see Outureiji? He's like, what's that? It's like, it's outrage. He's like, yeah, but what's the Japanese name? And I was like, I just said it. It's outrage, pronounced in Japanese, the way they say it. And then he was like, no, it's not. And he looked it up, and he looked like the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Can you pull up the Japanese names for Fast and Furious? They're really funny. The Japanese
Dom
cinema.
Toretto?
The Fast
No,
and
the
Furious
actual
series.
like title series.
It's called something really funny in Japanese. I can't remember what it's. I can't remember what it's called.
his zipper's on it. You leave zipper alone.
Sorry, am I allowed to as the guest? Be like, pull that out.
Absolutely,
Pull that
yeah.
out.
Absolutely.
Pull it.
I actually like that.
It's something really fucking funny. I can't remember. It makes like they do this sometimes. I don't know why. I think when the word is too hard like to say in Japanese, like Fast and the Furious, it's kind of like a little bit.
Furious stuff.
Yeah. It's called Wild Speed.
Yeah,
so sick.
Dude,
Wild
that is
Speed.
so sick.
This is
Wild Speed Max. Wild Speed Mega Max.
This is like a game at the arcade.
Fast and Furious 6 is called Wild Speed Euro Mission.
Dude, these are so sick.
Wild Speed Sky Mission.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wild Speed Ice Break.
Dude,
is my
the last
favorite.
one, Wild
Super
Speed
combo.
Super Combo.
Love this.
They just like fucking give up. They're like, I don't fucking know.
It does look like an FGC title that.
Yeah.
Just do this.
I don't know why they choose it. It's really strange.
I watched one IRL movie, Japanese movie. I think, have I told you about it, Tom Popo?
You did tell me about it, yeah.
IRL movie.
Yeah.
It's not anime.
Yeah,
Live action.
no, we get it.
Holy shit.
You have brain rot.
What? Anyway, if you guys haven't watched it on a plane, beware the credits sequence. It was terrifying on a plane.
Yeah.
I told you about
Why?
it. Right?
Yeah, you told me
The
about
credit
this.
sequence was 2 minutes uninterrupted of a slow zoom in on a child breastfeeding on her mother. And it was just that, and it kept going on this plane. Can you pull it up real quick? It was just that shot, and I was like, is this artistic or...
I love the plane is probably the least dignified place to watch art. Is like on a little screen in front of you, and you're just trying to like take in something
I'm middle
beautiful.
seat too. I'm middle seat.
And it's just like, you know, you're not in a theater like sharing an experience.
You're
like,
watching with your cupped hands.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually had this moment watching. I had some downloaded YouTube videos on my phone while I was flying a week ago, and I had some of the most recent Channel 5 videos that I wanted to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's at the fucking Daytona Bike Week or whatever, and I'm watching like two almost naked girls wrestle in pole slaw. And I'm like, but I'm
so
in
gross.
between two people, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll save this one for later.
Dude, what's it called? Is it a good joke? Like, so I can make fun of it?
Dude,
What's that video
yeah,
called?
it would be
Same with
so
anime
Yeah, it's
as
called
well.
Daytona Bike Week.
Same with anime.
Yeah, anime's honestly worse.
I just kind of
Look, I'm
I
not gonna
just
cap.
roll with it.
You're a handsome guy. You're tall. You're charming. You got a voice that's deep like champagne. You know, I'm someone next to you on a plane. I'm like, hey, you know, this guy. This seems nice. I'm like a, you know, and I see you fucking looking on your phone.
giant titties, just like
It's
fucking.
fucking bouncing titties.
It's just a
I
dude
like you
jerking
more.
off over a comatose girl.
Well, that if you should know that's art, right? That's Evangelion.
In Japan, it's super normal. People just like scroll through porn.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen dudes just full on like on an iPad, like the 13-inch Retina
I
display.
was gonna say, can
like,
you imagine like you're on the train with your iPad
No, genuinely.
Pro, with
Genuinely, he
your,
has
with
the
your
big
Apple
one.
Pencil scrolling
Yeah,
through,
going
fucking,
through just dojins, just going through porn. And
Are they
just,
like? Are they like just their expression is just like unchanged?
yeah, and the dudes are like,
Is it under the guise that it's art, or are they just horny on main?
I think it's just like it's like not. I think it's frowned upon. I don't even know because like when you ask Japanese people, they're like, yeah, that's fucking weird. But just people just do it. And then I have to remember I can't just show weird shit on my phone when I'm on the train or anything here.
Right.
Deadpan
I'm like,
on
that
the
is
subway.
really fucked
Yeah,
up.
one of my favorite bits is showing Aiden like weird porn in Rule 34
Prawn porn.
art in public. So like if we're on a plane, I'll pull up Shrek penis.
yeah.
You are becoming me. This is the first time you've ever
what is it?
changed into me a little bit.
What is it about just showing porn? to guys?
question, Connor.
Why?
What the fuck was that for? I'm being
me.
slime.
He's being me. He's sad because I cornered him. Because I'm 32, right? And all these little bears, they all start to gravitate toward who I am because I'm correct and I have more years on
He's
me.
gonna
right?
die soon, and he wants to feel an attachment to
Do
this
you
earth
know
when he
what
leaves.
Don't we all,
confirmation
Ludwig?
bias is?
Yeah, I do know.
Confirmation
Yeah, I do know
bias.
confirmation
Yeah.
bias.
Anyway, so he's the last one. We're
You know
probably the most.
psychosis?
We're probably the most different you could be in a lot of ways. But the fact that he's doing that to Aiden now is funny because he got mad because there's a picture, in Zipper, if you could bring it up, of Mr. Krabs. Well, it's a tomato. And it.
Just show him the tomato. No context.
And, no, there's a picture.
You know Mr.
and,
Krabs from SpongeBob,
Of
right?
course.
and I would send this to Ludwig, and he'd be like, "Bro," and he would talk about how he didn't like it. Maybe he was playing it up, way with this and that. But, you know, it made me pull the brakes on that. It's like, okay, I won't send him tomato pictures anymore. Now he's doing it all the time to Eamon because we're the same.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
one.
picture.
That's the one, Zipper.
Oh my god.
It's just a tomato.
Wow.
It is just
don't
a
have to be-
tomato.
Yeah, but that's very.
Why are you being weird about it?
You're being weird.
I'm getting bricked out. I don't know.
Don't blur it.
I'm sticked up, bricked up.
Don't blur it.
I don't care. I'll watch the world burn. What do you mean, don't blur it?
Don't blur it. When we put this in the pod, show it.
Oh, I'm
Show
down.
The people.
Fuck it.
I'm down.
I'll ball.
You ready to ball?
Yeah, let's ball. Fuck it.
Okay. Oh, come on.
They can Google it.
Yeah.
They can Google it.
Google Mr. Krabs tomato. Yeah.
I like getting Connor's special yard episode demonetized instantly.
No, I got to perform well, so I feel like I was a good guest.
Yeah.
How else can I judge if I was
We
a good guest?
torpedo it, so it's like, yeah, I don't know, bro. You just fucking suck. Like,
don't ever,
demonetize,
don't
no
fucking
views.
talk to us ever again.
Would you know the gender breakdown of your Trash Taste podcast?
I think so. I think it's 80 to 90% dudes, I think.
Is
Okay,
it?
we're the same. You
I
and
would have guessed it's probably closer to 820.
I actually expected
Hey,
your,
you know what, I
your
didn't
guys
know.
to be
They're
a
all
little
hotter.
more even than ours.
I can just check.
I thought it would
I can
go.
just check, but it's
They're
like,
what?
They're all hotter. I thought it'd go more girls.
We're all hotter.
I don't think that factors it. I don't think people watch a podcast because they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And
You don't
they
think if they were all super attractive guys, there wouldn't be a higher female audience?
I don't think it has that much of an influence.
I do. I think I bring down our female viewership probably like, yeah.
Not because of your face, but because of your words.
No. I think my face and my lack of hair gives us like a 2% deficit.
No, but you remind half of them of their
Yeah,
dads.
it's like
we have
80%.
more.
No.
Know that. They bounced up.
80%?
Yeah.
That's a pretty significant
A little better than
for
us.
three dudes. That's pretty good.
I used to have, on my own channel, I used to have 93% female at one point.
No.
Whoa,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
what did you
I told you.
You kind of tapped into it earlier, but what do you post? I've never seen
So,
it.
yeah, so my content's changed like a bunch, many times. I got my start from doing anime. I used to pretend to be anime characters. I'd copy like the English dub, and I would prank call places. And that was just what I did.
That's pretty good.
And I mean, no, you don't have to. Don't tell me.
No, I think that's a better model than just doing anime sketch comedy as it is on YouTube, which is already pretty lazy. But at least you
Yeah.
incorporate a sense of like prank calling.
Yeah, I kind of started
it's
like
better.
that.
It's
and
better
then-
than the rest of the category at the time, which was white guy doing an Indian accent calling a local pizza place.
Yeah,
That was like
yeah.
half of the content.
Yeah.
And so, like, there
I
was,
do remember that.
there was the main character that I kind of copied was. Do you know Black Butler? You know the show?
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
So it's about this show where there's this really attractive British butler character, and he's like a demon and shit. And yeah, and so I would just copy his accent, and it was a very popular show with mainly women. So that's how I kind of got my start.
I see.
And I kept this thing going for a very long time. And then afterwards, I was like, I'm fucking miserable. I don't want to do this fucking impression shit anymore. And I just started changing it slowly, and somehow I managed to get out of it. Normally, it's like a death sentence when you try and change your content.
That's scary.
But
Changing
yeah,
that way, right?
I kind of did it over the space of weeks. It was like a drip feed of change
Yeah.
until the
Every once in a while, you're like just using your normal voice.
It would be, every once in a while, it would be just a video with me and my face, but I would always try to steer it away. It was like I would do something with me, but with anime, and maybe I would incorporate impressions, but I was on camera. And so it was kind of like, and over like 3 years, I would kind of just keep
What was
pushing
like
this stuff.
your first big departure that you were like, I think this might ruin my channel, but I need to post? You remember like, do you have like a big product that was like, this is nothing like?
Yeah, I think it like bombed though. Like,
What was it?
Yeah, I used like some stupid like, you know, like when you that era of YouTube where everyone wanted to be Filthy Frank. It was
Yeah.
like that kind of era where I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do this fucking shit
Use
sketch.
the hair cake again.
No, not that. No, not that bad.
Yeah.
It was just like that kind
That's
of.
just called
humor.
cooking Wells.
Everyone at school,
That's cooking well.
everyone at school was talking about hair cake.
Oh God. Yeah, but somehow I managed to steer away. A lot of people who want to change their content, they're impatient. You really have to like work towards it, and you have to do it slowly. I think it can be done, but yeah, you have to be really careful.
Like trying a cruise ship.
Yeah, exactly. You try and steer that thing too much, you're gonna flip the boat.
What's like your pie chart of priority for the stuff that you make? Because like for me, right, I don't really have a YouTube channel or stream.
Yeah.
So it's like as far as content goes, it's like the podcast is everything for me.
Yeah.
But for him, right, it's just a small slice of his life.
Yeah. So I was a YouTuber for my entire like career online. So that was always been my main thing. But then 2 years ago we started the podcast, and then now that's a really big thing, and it does better than a lot of our channels. Kind of. I mean, it gets like 1 million views an episode. My channel gets around the same thing, but it's like, okay, this is like every week though as well.
The frequency, yeah.
I mean, I
So-
think even your main channel, like keeping up with the project where like three
It's
prominent
hard.
creators are all combining their efforts is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's hard. And then also I do streaming enough as well. Try to, but this guy always gives me shit for not streaming
You don't
enough.
stream enough.
Because I'm doing pretty okay now with streaming as well. I think I'm pulling in good numbers.
What's your numbers? I'll
He's-
judge if they're good.
He streams like a cheater.
What do you?
Are you on Twitch or
all,
YouTube?
he's like all on, and he's just so lovey-dovey to his viewers, and he'll be live like 30, 40 hours in a week, and then he's like, all right, then, well, I'll be taking the next 4 weeks off. And then it's like, we had a good thing going. Like, this was fun.
Yeah.
What viewers do you? How much viewers?
It
Like
really
that.
depends. I mean, I'd say around.
He's like a 15K, Andy.
Oh shit!
Oh wow.
He's got a big fucking peep.
Yeah.
But that was like I always wanted to do more Twitch, but I never really just got that kick to do it. And it was actually a chess event that got me into it. And I couldn't pull like 400 viewers. But then I think, just in like 2 years.
What was it, the Trash Chase Chess Special?
Yeah, that's what got me into it. And I was getting 1K average. And I was like, oh my god.
Chess also made me.
Yeah, this is like, I was like, this is insane. I'm getting
Do
1K.
you guys play chess?
I'm okay.
Elo check.
I say 1200, but it's probably like 800 now. I haven't played enough.
Do any of you play Go?
Big range.
Yeah.
800, 1200.
Could I get to his
1200 on a good day.
1200, but he
Could I
doesn't
get
play
to
them
his
all.
fucking chess level or what?
Could you?
Yeah.
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 Anyone.
Would I have to try really hard?
I think to get to
You would have to train.
Okay.
It's not like you could try hard and be like,
the bottom 4 of what he said, I think it would take you 2 months.
2 months? Wait, explain this to me in melee terms.
just practice for 2
800
months.
elo in chess is winning 1 match at a local and losing to everyone else.
Okay. Okay.
That's valid. What was I
right.
saying?
You just said that like I
it's streaming,
inspired you to
right?
stream.
And then I was like, fuck it, I'll keep going. And, being from like a YouTube background, I was doing what he was doing before I saw what you were doing. Which was like, I was just focusing entirely on like making a video into a YouTube. Into the YouTube video. That's the way to go.
That is the strat. I didn't realize that people hadn't realized that until I went to.
People don't know.
Yeah, I went to Cutie's after party after the Streamer Awards, and Poke was there. Poke Lols was another streamer, and he was like, first of all, he had a golden blunt that he let me hit that was tight, and it was in a case like a harmonica.
That time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me about that.
And then while he was chiefing that shit, he was like, bro, honestly, like, you don't even understand. Like, you really, like, changed it. Like, because before people were making YouTube videos.
Yeah, I don't know how people didn't figure this out. Because to me, it felt like just the natural way to do
Yeah.
it. But that's obviously because I was more of a always been
Because
a YouTuber.
clicking live is just you do it and then you're live and then the content's being made actively. YouTube is like effort.
Yeah, but
Also,
to me, I was like, why would I do an amazing stream and just let it go into the void?
Dude, I think up until the last couple of years too, on Twitch you could really just boot up games and play them,
Yeah.
but now there's like a higher expectation.
Oh, yeah,
for, like,
yeah, yeah.
What
I think
love
you're
that, though.
that's
supposed
been
to do.
capped for 5 years.
Because for me, it was like, I loved doing my main stuff, but it got way too the quality of what I was trying to go for was way too high for some of the ideas I really wanted to do. And so it kind of just let me go wild. Because I had so many fun ideas that that just wouldn't be good enough for the main channel that fit perfectly into the second channel.
Did we're the same age, so were you watching YouTube when you were a kid?
Yeah, I've been watching YouTube since I was like...
Did you like want to be a YouTuber when you were a kid? Like
Never.
Really?
Never. I
Did
never
you
had
watch
any
Only Use Me Blade?
I know who that is. I have seen it. Because I was like a big COD guy.
I don't know it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know any of this, but I
Yeah.
say that because it makes
He's
people
the
react.
GOAT. It's the Mount Rushmore. It's only
It's
used to
the
be played.
GOAT? What?
Wings of
Wings of Redemption,
You got
Jaws.
That's White Boy 7th Street.
Dude, I used to play
White Boy
COD
is
like
the
a
only
madman.
one who came out of that without like a felony.
I used to play so much COD.
What's your COD of choice?
Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite.
Black Ops 2 is so good.
Yeah, I won like a bunch of like tournaments.
That's
like
the
back in,
best competitive.
Black
one
Ops 2 is
for
the best
sure.
competitive COD.
Well,
No kizzy.
Did you ever play Modern
say
Warfare
that.
3?
Huh?
Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah, the one where
So-
everything is in sepia tone.
Did you ever get, did you ever get, because there was a thing you could buy called Call of Duty Elite. Did you ever buy this?
Yeah,
was
I
it like,
remember
was
this.
It, was it like
I remember
the
this.
top tier package of the game?
It was the DLC you get, but they ran online competitions. And you would win shit. And
no,
so I
I
won a
remember that.
bunch of shit. I won like an iPad. I won like a poker set. I've still got it. It's a COD
Wow,
Elite
that's
Dude,
sick.
you were
set.
fucking good.
I played all my
yeah, it was pretty
tournaments
good.
on game battles.
Oh, I did game battles as well,
Yeah.
but then I wanted to win prizes. And like some people won like Jeeps and stuff. I won a bunch of random shit, and when it all turned up to my house, my parents were like, what the fuck did you do? Did you send nudes to people for this shit?
Why would they assume
No,
that?
okay. They were super chill about it.
I had the-
it was
like,
fun.
yeah.
When I was in 8th grade, that's when Modern Warfare 2 came out. And,
Yeah.
and the local GameStop, they had like I think it was the veteran edition where they would come with a pair of night vision goggles.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah, I
like,
remember this.
I need these. Like I've never needed something more in my entire life.
Oh my
And
God.
I waited in line. I skipped school because it was like a midnight wait, and I
Yeah,
skipped school the next
yeah.
day. And I got the night vision goggles. I still have them to this day. I still have
Oh my
them.
God,
And
that's sick.
I visited my parents like 3 years ago or something, and I dug them up. I'm like, oh shit! And I remember when I was a kid, I broke them. Like when I was in high school, I broke them because one of like the wires came.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, it's just like a wire breaks. It's like I don't know how to fix that. They're broken forever.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I'm like, I can do this. So I fixed them, and right when I fixed them, our whole power went out, all of our neighborhood. And I needed them.
Oh my god.
And so I just had working night vision goggles, and I'm walking around my parents' house like, hello.
Epic, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, but shout out. Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles.
Yeah, I remember you took a picture of those like when you were in the bathroom.
Yeah,
like,
in front of my toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
a
what's
very
up,
iconic
sis?
picture.
Yeah.
Because it's like any real one is like, dude, those are the night vision goggles.
They work like shit. You have no depth perception. It's just a camera inside.
Oh my god.
That's like is green. So you can't see where your hands are.
I wish I could. My mom would never buy that for me.
Look, the Ludwig's desperately trying to get us out.
Dude, I have so much urine full up
He's trying to
to
get us
my
out. We hit
mouth.
our 90 minutes.
Fine, then you take us out. You kick our beautiful guest out of the house then.
In his own
Ludwig.
accent.
Connor, get the fuck out of my...
Okay.
Connor! Connor! We gotta go back to the fucking dimension!
You're doing Australian Rick and Morty.
I don't know.
We gotta go to the bush dimension, Connor.
What is that? That wasn't even Australian.
It's been a great time hanging out
Yeah,
with
this
you,
is
Connor,
awesome,
dog.
dude. You guys are sick.
Dude, I pee so bad.
All right, now all of us one by one have to come on your podcast.
Wait, you rode on the vet? Did you hold on to
I
him?
held on to it gently. I had to spend.
How fast you go? How many
I-
miles?
I think you full throttle probably like 40.
as fast
It was uphill, so 40.
You really? I was too scared.
Why?
I was
It
like,
feels pretty stable.
I was like, I'm
I
not
gunned
ready.
it with him.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not ready.
Anyway, if you want to see a picture of that, go find it. See you later.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah,
He's so close.
Dude, it's there. It's there. I can see.
Well, you can see where.
Can you see him in the vent?
Is this not the most exciting thing that's ever happened on the podcast?
This is
This
crazy.
actually is crazy.
I wish we had a camera on
This is
it.
a real yard.
Yeah.
You guys have reached
It's
maturity.
on.
So you've seen your friends' penises?
Oh, many times, many times.
Do you think the stock market's gonna go to hell and well? Do you think the stock market's gonna go to hell and we'll die?
Oh my god.
I know this is not financial advice, but tell me what I should do.
Man. Like, I couldn't imagine being in a ring and like having to beat the shit. Unless the other person like was someone I hated. Like the worst villain. I'm like fighting against like Hitler. Like.
Welcome to another Offline TV podcast. This guy's Toast is not here. He's playing Sussy Sundays, so I'm here. with us, we have Scar and our special guest, Graham Stephan, of the Graham Stephan YouTube channel, Graham Stephan Family YouTube channel, Iced Coffee Hour podcast YouTube channel, Graham Stephan 2 Electric Boogaloo channel. He's a stock investor. He does real estate. He's like anything money. He likes fish.
It's great. That's a really good intro, actually.
Yeah. Also, special guest Henry filling in for Broden because he's also playing Sesame Sundays. It's a very important time of the week. Okay.
Whoa, what episode number is it?
21.
21. Podcast 21. Good stuff.
Proud of it. Thanks so much for the invite here, by the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Dude, just chill, man. You just gotta talk.
I don't fucking host anything.
You guys punched each other like 2 weeks ago.
How has it been since punching each other?
Man, it's been wild.
Yeah?
I see you took the Creator Clash Gold.
Oh,
thing.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I left it there and they took it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry, I didn't know we were allowed to take it home.
I didn't think so. I grabbed mine though. I figured, well, what are they gonna say? Are they really gonna put it back?
Yeah.
No.
Got their fucking name on it.
I went through enough to do that. I may as well just take the thing.
I'm just taking shit from the locker.
Believe it or not, it sounds terrible, but they brought in snacks. You know, like the bars. I grabbed handfuls and I
love
put it in my bag.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't know, and I had the opportunity. Like, I came all the way here. I may as well get some snacks.
I'm a huge subscriber of stealing from any place I go.
If it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
that's
really
it.
theft. If they're giving it to you, you have a right to take as much of it as you want.
Yeah.
Oh, it's responsible.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So.
Man, I didn't know there's another klepto, man. Michael is like the biggest klepto I know. We'll just like be.
I do love stealing.
Yeah, he does a little stealing.
What's your favorite thing to steal?
Usually like spoons from restaurants.
Really?
Like, just like if it's like a really good night. If I'm like really feeling it and it's like, wow, this is a good night. I want to remember this. I just fucking take a spoon. Yeah, I just take a little thing to remember it.
How do you differentiate like this night was this spoon?
Well, I've usually taken different cutlery. So like a fork. I took a steak knife once, which was a pretty big.
Where do you put that?
In the sleeve, or like in the pocket. Like you like pretend to drop it, and then you come up and it's not there anymore, and then you're good. I stole.
I stole. Yeah.
I took a like a whole Xiaolong Bao steaming basket from Din Tai Fung under my shirt.
How?
So I could have it.
But it's there.
But it's there. Yeah,
all right.
Exactly. Okay.
Do you store this in like a trunk
Yep.
case?
Yeah, I have a box.
Oh my god, you are a klepto. I was kind of kidding.
The box is awesome.
Make sure to label it, like this night, this place, have evidence in case there's a raid. They know exactly where to return it to. But yeah, it's been good since then.
Yeah.
I'm fully healed up. I feel
That's good.
Yeah, someone mentioned something because I did a podcast right afterwards. And talking, how do you feel? It's like the inside of my nose is swollen, and I made all these like I just basically described what it was, and some like ER guy reached out to me right afterwards, like I think you have this case of this, and he described it perfectly. He's like, I highly recommend you get this checked out, and it got me so nervous because that's what. It could create, it basically eats away at the cartilage because it doesn't get the proper blood flow because of swelling. And I forget what it's called, but basically the cartilage eats away and your nose just looks like all deformed.
That's fucking.
And so I looked that up and I'm a hypochondriac, so I was like, I have this for sure. And this is undiagnosed. But thankfully, I mean, maybe not but I called all these doctors the next day and they're all saying, no, we're booked out for another month. So it's either you got to go into the ER or you got to wait a month. Well, may as well just wait a week and it went. So I'm okay.
Oh god.
So I'm fully fine now.
I wonder how some of those other fighters did. Or like are doing if they're like fully healed by now.
Probably.
Ryan was pretty fucked up.
Yeah. I saw his nose afterwards. It was massive.
Have you seen that picture?
No, I didn't.
Ryan's nose is like folded out. It's crazy.
It
was broken.
It's like his nose was broken, but he came back and looked all right. But his eyes were red.
Dude, you guys are troopers for doing boxing. Like, I couldn't imagine being in a ring and like having to beat the shit. Unless the other person like was someone I hated, like the worst villain in the universe. I'm like fighting against like fucking Hitler, like Pol Pot, and I'm just like fuck it, you know, I gotta do this for the human race kind of deal. Like I couldn't like go in there like beat up like people I know, essentially.
That was the hardest part. I felt so bad. I mean, I know there's like this part of it, but that does not come natural to me to want to hit anyone.
Weird.
So it's a strange feeling. I didn't like it. I knew you had to do it. But yeah, going back, there would have been a lot of things I would have done differently. I think the training, it sounds like you've got way more training than I did. I was 3 to 4 times a week.
I think, yeah, I did like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And like running too. Like I also started running like 2 months before I started training, just because I heard it was like very important. And I fucked up my legs from it. But yeah, like I still can't run on a treadmill super good because my hip is fucked up. I was getting like shin splints and stuff, so still coming back from that.
Yikes.
But yeah, it was a lot of training, and I think a lot of people are now like hitting up my coach because he's he's very efficient at his training.
I could see that. Your coach put you in a lot of sparring sessions, and I think I underestimated probably just the length that you were gonna go. I mean, I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to ask, hey man, how much are you training for this? So I could I wanted it to be, a fair sort of deal. Like, how much are you sparring? So I underestimated.
Yeah. I didn't have a single sparring where I didn't get shit on entirely.
Really?
Absolutely decked out. Every fucking sparring, which is I think that was like half of my nerves going into it. I was like, I have never like won a round in sparring. Because he's around. Because he's like, I mean, obviously you don't win in sparring, you're just doing it. But it's like, I can tell if my face and head hurt, I lost the round.
Right.
You know? That's a lose for me. He was like, there's not a lot of like guys our height to like spar in boxing. So I was sparring him for a while. And obviously like he's kind of toning it down or he would maul me to death. But like he'd sometimes just like, be like, fuck it, and let loose like a 8-punch combo, and I'd be like in the corner. Yeah, and then he took me to like a boxing gym, and we were like finding people to spar, and there was this girl named Norma, and he was like, oh, do you want to spar her? And I was like, sure, yeah. Is she gonna beat the shit out of me? And he's like, probably. And she's like this like incredible boxer. I was like, how long have you been boxing? She's like, oh, since I was like 9. And she like, it was really useful because they all had different styles. She was like a turtle, like absolute frustrating defense, and then she would check hook me in the face. That was the hardest I got hit. She would check hook me in the head, and I'd like take a second to recover. I got beat up by a 14-year-old child.
Wow. You were telling me about it. Wasn't this person like a world-renowned?
He's like the best in the United States for 14-year-old, for his age, and I guess weight. Yeah.
14?
14. Yes. He was like fucking Aang from Airbender. He was like floating around the ring. He would like circle me. Like a shark. He'd like get in and then hit me 3 times and then move out and just fucking keep circling me.
So efficient.
Yeah, it was very efficient. And it was but it was like you were saying, the sparring was like useful to see the different like people, see the different like styles and shit.
Yeah, that's where I could have definitely, I think, improved.
Like
I was sparring the trainer, but obviously it's very technical. So it's not like anything that you wouldn't be used to, and like you said, tone it down. But then I was also sparring the same guy. He's been boxing for 3-4 years, but the same person only a few times is different than like a new person every time.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel though? You guys started a revolution. Because like next year I hear there's like...
Dude, we got off lucky. Fuck that.
I think so.
Fuck doing this for a year. Like the stakes are so much higher. You know?
I have, this is unconfirmed, but I've been told that there's like 3 events next year that are similar to what you guys did.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Including like exactly what you guys did. Creator Clash 2, I hear is like in the works. And so like they're figuring out stuff, but like everyone was like, oh my god, like people want to watch this. And so like immediately like people hit up the same fucking production crew that does Creator Clash did like Cutie Cinderella's Streamer Awards, right? And I think they're just like doing everyone.
Really?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I mean, they were really good though.
They were.
I mean, they were so professional. But yeah, I think going into this, Ian was saying like, take it seriously. You're gonna get hit in the face, but just put on a good show and like take it seriously. And this is a real fight.
Yeah.
And so I think all of us kind of went in thinking, okay, we're gonna do our best. But seeing that now, people are gonna start training ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
And like dropping everything that they're doing is gonna be on a new level.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have done it after seeing the first one, just because I know, like, okay, well, you got to sacrifice something. What is it?
I mean, like, I look at like Ian versus Dr. Mike at the end. Like, he didn't come out looking like he got beat. Like, I think they like delayed some of the rounds because they went like a very long ending. I felt like they kind of when they built it up. And I felt like, damn, he went 5 rounds. Like, he looks beat the fuck up, kind of.
He was doing the damn
Yeah,
thing.
but like I respect, you know, he lasted the entire time. But I was like, holy moly.
Yeah, that was an awesome fight. That's the only fight I got to watch in person.
Same.
Yeah, right? It was the Dr. Mike fight.
I had to watch that one. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to. But that was nuts. I mean, watching them both. I would love to see them both come back. Maybe not fight each other, but I'd love to see Dr. Mike come back, fight somebody else, and Ian fight somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
And they raised a lot of money for charity.
Yeah, like over almost like 1.3.
Yeah, 1.3 million, I think it was. Yeah.
It's absolutely.
And I bet it could still be coming in by selling something else from that. Maybe streaming. I don't know.
Surely, yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see how those other events do, because not for like, you know, performance, but like in terms of how seriously the contestants take it. Because I think for me, it was like, oh, this is a fun boxing thing, until I saw Ian being like, I'm doing this 5 times a week. I'm eating chicken and rice, and it's all I fucking do. I just box during the days. And I was like, how fuck? Yeah, and so I like took it more seriously from seeing him. I don't know if these other events are gonna take it like quite as seriously.
I think they will.
I hope they do.
I think the stakes are higher, and so people are gonna take it more seriously. Oh my god, that's what I think.
Grim, you know, like Ian got LASIK to box.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's good to get LASIK.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
in general, I think it's a
yeah,
good, you know, improvement. You don't have to worry.
But he got it to box. Like before,
he
like
did.
the first event fell through that he was supposed to be boxing.
Yeah, with Rice Gum. Yeah,
I would
because you can't wear contacts.
I would pay
right?
double for that.
Oh, I should see him fight on Rice Gum. That would be amazing. Yeah.
I'd fight Rice Gum.
What about the Island Boys? I feel like that would be the one you really have to
I would
train
fight
for.
both
like
of
you
the
have
Island
to.
Boys.
Because you have to win. At that point, there's no like. If
You're
you
gonna
lose,
win, though.
then that's even worse. Like,
Wait, who are the Island Boys?
No, the Island Boys.
No, I feel like I'm so out of it. Who are they? Explain quickly.
So if you go, boys.
Yeah, I don't know. That's how they sing.
Island Boys.
Oh my
Island Boys. Trying to make it.
Okay.
They're like they like blew up as a meme. They're like this really like fucking annoying twins who call themselves the Island Boys. I think they're from Florida.
Yes,
like,
from Florida. Florida man.
Yeah, but a peninsula, by the way, not an island. Yeah.
Peninsula Boys. That doesn't rhyme as well. Peninsula Boys.
Yeah.
I already want to beat them up. Okay.
But yeah, but they went viral. They were in the they were in the jacuzzi, saying like Island Boys, and they had their hair just shooting out, and they were covered head to toe in tattoos. And so people tried imitating them by putting on like little wires and stuff coming out of their hair, and they took off. And then they started making the rounds on social media. They did the Impulsive podcast where they walked off. And now they do a lot of cameos. So like everything you see right now is them advertising their cameo. Yeah.
Oh, like the website cameo.
Yeah, but you could book them as a cameo.
Oh.
And so they've been bringing down their prices lately.
The only person I know who's on Cameo.
You could get it for this video.
Yeah.
You could.
Offline TV podcast number 24. How do they fucking talk?
Number 20.
Yeah.
Number
You know they got
21.
mugged in Hawaii?
Really?
They got jumped on an island, which was awesome. Yeah. Someone like jumped them and stole their chains, I think. Because they wear like a fuck ton of jewelry.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they're making the most of it, I have to say. If they have a year or two of notoriety, they're doing everything they can now to stay relevant for as long as possible. But I don't know how they're spending the money. That's the problem.
Do you have a cameo?
I do have a cameo.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can get you to say anything?
No. I mean, I probably turn 50% of them down.
That's 50% you accept.
Yeah, I accept it. But like, they're all nice. It's like, hey, this person's graduating college. Give them some words of encouragement. It's like, it's all motivational stuff. So
I do
it's
that shit for free on my stream. They're like, it's my birthday. Can I get a shout out? I'm like, yeah, sure, Brianna.
Gotta say.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Cameo.com/Skara.
Because I know someone recently that I was like, oh, you can get that from him, Uncle Roger. You can
what is it?
The food.
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah, of course.
With the
That's
accent,
cool.
you can get him on
absolutely.
Cameo. Because I saw someone else do that, and I'm like, I really want to do that for toast.
You should. I think it's good. I mean, I don't get them every day, but probably 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your prices?
It's $189 per cameo.
How'd you come to that price?
I looked at like Grant Cardone, Kevin O'Leary, and like some of those guys, and I was like, well,
charging like 500.
they're charging a lot of money. Yeah.
For a cameo. Last time I checked, yeah.
Yeah, they're charging a lot. I think it was the other guy, Damon Johnson. So I looked at all of those, and Yeah, I just priced it $189. If someone wants to pay it, they pay it. If not, I don't advertise it.
Yeah.
So it's like if people see it, they find it, but I'm not like shouting it out.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Some people, it's like their main thing. They like, they'll just like wait to the end of the week, bang off, you know, like fucking 100 cameos. Each is like 10 seconds.
I can't.
I make mine like 1 to 3 minutes.
Oh,
because
really?
I feel bad.
Right.
If they get something and they're not happy with it, then I feel like I screwed up.
That's good.
So
Making like mini videos.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I make sure that like I go above and beyond,
That's good.
and I stay in touch with some of those people because some of them like are surprises, and I'm like, just let me know how they react, and so
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah.
so I try to make the most of it.
Let's see. What are your thoughts on do you think
Yes, I do.
the stock market's gonna go to hell and we'll die?
Oh my god.
I don't know about imminent death, but it's interesting to watch the markets right now because I feel like early 2020 the markets went horrible, and I feel like we're kind of reliving some of those times. And for a lot of people too, they've never experienced a bear market. A lot of new investors have started in 2020 and only used to things
Oh, that's
going
true.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I forget what the percentage is. It was something like 20% of investors right now are
Yeah.
brand new.
New. In the
So
United States, yeah.
for a large portion, they're panicking and they've never seen it before. They've never seen the market go down. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see this go down for another year. But anything can happen. I mean, there's
Dude,
so many variables.
I just realized.
Yeah.
We never introduced you. Like what you did.
Wow.
We are.
We'll cut it in. We'll cut this in.
Yeah.
We're here with special guest Graham Stephan. He likes fish.
It's great. That's a really good intro, actually. That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
thanks.
Yeah. Did that cover all facets of
Pretty
your
much.
personality?
I was surprised. Like most people don't even mention the fish. I love fish.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Wait, like
He's got an awesome fish tank, like an amazing tank.
So did you ask him for help with fish?
No, I have a single goldfish, so it's very different.
This is a 310-gallon reef aquarium.
The effort he put in to make that goldfish stay alive felt like it was a 300-pound aquarium.
You gotta see his. It's like, I mean, yours is also saltwater too,
saltwater,
which is like a whole different annoying thing.
It's a reef. It's real coral, real fish, real shrimp.
Is it like in the middle of your house?
Yeah, so when you walk in, it separates the entry from the living room.
Oh my! So everyone just sees it.
Everyone sees it right when you walk in. It's my pride and joy of this tank. I probably spend 30 minutes a day tinkering with the tank.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a cool community. I'm on all these Facebook groups where people trade pieces of the coral.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
really
coral
cool.
people are freaks.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, there are people who are into everything. Like
Yes.
just like every small thing
There's a
possible.
community of anything that you could imagine. And there's a community involved in a specific type of coral too.
What?
Called acropora. And it's like the most difficult to take care of coral, but it's also the most colorful. And so there are people who only specialize in that one type of coral. Like that's their thing, is acropora.
I only take the teal color aquapora. That's my
Imagine
specialty.
the industry leader in teal color aquapora. Yeah, he's got like a separate tank under the tank, the sump, right?
Oh, the sump, yeah.
Yeah, it's like another tank that you can add stuff to. Right? Can you explain
It's
it?
all the yeah. So below the tank is called the sump. So you put all like the filtration in there. Some of the media you might put in there. People will start to grow algae in the sump just for nutrient export. But yeah,
This is a real. You're literally cultivating life.
Yeah, you are.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's amazing too because some things are when they're really happy in the tank, they'll start spawning. So I had some damsels lay eggs together. So that was pretty cool. I've had the shrimp spawn and I've had the snail spawn a whole bunch of times. And some of the corals will propagate themselves. Like a little piece will just fly off and float, and then when it hits some rock, it'll latch onto the rock and then start growing it.
That's pretty
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
It's a great hobby.
You're selling me on this coral.
It's a fun hobby, and the people into it are so nice, and because everyone's just as into it, like you hit it off immediately.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I did not
fun.
expect to be talking about like fish tanks and
sea
coral.
creatures.
That's how you kind of got your start, right? Was like doing aquarium stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was always obsessed over fish. So I'd go to like the fish store as a kid. I'd get like the goldfish and stuff like that. But I saw the saltwater fish, and I knew like one day I wanted a saltwater aquarium. And so I think when I was 11 or 12, my dad got me a small saltwater tank for my birthday. Got obsessed with it, and then I went online and found these communities when I was 12 years old. Where people would talk about their aquariums, and then I noticed, wait a second, there's a meetup, and these people meet up in a guy's backyard and trade pieces of coral. It's called a frag swap, And so when I was 12 years old, I told my dad I want to go to the frag swap with some guy's house in Encino. And I show up.
Wait, he didn't say no? Like, that's not fucking weird?
He went with me.
Oh.
But yeah, he didn't just drop me off. No.
Okay.
'Cause everyone else is like, probably 20 to 60 years old, and I was like 12 going into this.
Yeah.
So I think everyone going in just wanted to like be really nice to me because it's like, here's a kid doing it. So everyone was like so encouraging. And then from there, I ended up getting a part-time job at a wholesaler. And like, basically imagine like the Long Beach Aquarium or something, except like a wholesale company where everything's for sale. And so I started working there after school, just loving it. I just wanted to work for free, and they would pay me in coral or fish, because they couldn't pay me. But they're like, hey, if you want to help out, like, we'll pick out a coral at the end of the day. I loved it.
Oh my god.
And so that evolved. I got obsessed with working. I mean, that's my first foray into like, making money was like getting paid in coral and fish. I loved it.
The financial advice is don't get paid in money. Just get paid in exposure is the coral.
Yeah, I loved it. That's all I wanted. Like, if I got money anyway, I'd spend it on the coral. So let's cut out a piece of that process. Let's go straight for the coral. That's all I want anyway. That's awesome. But that evolved and got a bigger and bigger tank from working. And that was just, and then I also, when I was 15 or 16, started getting paid for doing that, like cash. But I spent it all on a tank anyway. But,
you may as well have just getting paid in coral.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I got really my first start working, was through the fish tank.
That's crazy. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people know that. Have you ever considered doing any like fish tank content? Because I quite liked your couple episodes about setting up your fish tank and the other guys, the Coral Reef 2G.
Yeah. Coral Fish 12G's, the other channel, is in George, but he just does aquarium content. It's so much fun. I would consider it.
Yeah.
It's a small audience. I'm more about like, how do I attract as many people as possible?
You already got like 9 YouTube channels going? 4 YouTube
5.
channels?
I think 5 when you include one of the podcasts.
5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah. How do you manage that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The main channel I just do myself. That's 3 videos a week. That's just my grind. Second channel is a reaction channel, and I have a partner on that. He handles all the editing and stuff like that. So all I got to do is just film. That's easy. And then I got a podcast, same partner on that, but that's showing up for an hour and filming. So that's pretty easy. Then there's another. It's called Millennial Money. It's just like kind of similar to this, where we get together and we just talk about investing. Yeah.
Sorry.
And then
keep going.
Oh yeah. And then there was a vlog channel, but I've scaled back on that. It's just a time thing.
Yeah.
So 4 to 5. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know that's crazy.
Yeah.
You're sitting next to a guy who does 1 a year.
I know. It bothers me. When we talked a while ago, I'm like, you should be posting at least once a month.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm going. Don't you worry.
video a
I think I'm like a solid minute into this one, so we're good.
See? That's a minute.
What's the next video? Can you give us a hint?
It's got to do with boxing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it creating a
Flash.
glove that like tasers?
You would think. just a gun and a glove.
It's got to dodge a bullet. It just has to. You can't give us any more hints. Like, what's the
I don't think so.
catch? No one's gonna copy it.
Boxing stuff.
The boxing stuff.
Yeah.
It's got to be a robot.
electricity.
It's okay.
How do you plan stuff for your
Yeah.
videos? Do
It's
you
tough.
do everything for your personal videos?
I do. Yeah, the main channel, I do everything myself. I have an editor who probably takes care of 80% of the videos I make, but some of them I just want to edit myself.
Nice.
Tough.
Yeah.
Because not every day, 3 times a week, I got to talk about something that's hopefully not repetitive.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. Yeah.
That's weird because you've been doing this for years.
5.5 years.
Yes. So how do you talk about financial advice that like it has to be new?
News is usually the best pivot because every day there'll be something I can talk about in a way that'll impact a lot of people. So it could be 50% of millennials decide that buying a house is bad. Let's just say, and I see that, I enjoy it, and so I'll make a video talking about real estate from the perspective of is now a bad time to buy a home, and are millennials making the right decision? And I never will give advice like yes it is or no it's not, but I like to get the full picture and then let people come to their own conclusion. Because anytime you tell people what to do, then it's like, well, if you're wrong, it's bad on you. So I'd rather just like present the facts so no one can watch my video and be like, I was wrong. Because they'd be arguing with facts.
Yes.
So
unless the news lie.
Unless the news lied. And I'm sure there are things where it's like maybe a wrong statistic or something out of context. I'm sure there has to be something.
Yeah.
But I'm really careful about what I say. And that's why I spend so much time planning these videos. It's tough though. But I also realize that not everyone is watching every single video consecutively. Yeah. So I've noticed I could talk about the same thing. And there are people, it's actually a significant portion of people where to them it's brand new. So, if I'm saying buy index funds or be diversified, then it's...
Yeah, you're still getting new
getting
people
a new
in there,
audience every time, every video.
Yeah. Do you ever mess around with... Do you do your own thumbnails?
I do.
Because you definitely have like a specific thumbnail style, which is good, I think.
Yeah.
Like to be able to recognize that it is you without reading the name. Have you ever messed around with really optimizing that shit?
I have.
Oh my god. It's like Mr. Beast will change his like 3 different times. Mark Rober will have go change through them 3 different times.
Yeah, it's tough because thumbnails, I look at the thumbnails sometimes and I say, that's repetitive.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work for me. But then when you look at the numbers and you look at
people like it.
They like it. And so some of them people will say, I hate that you make the same face in the thumbnail. I hate that you just, not reuse, but I'll make it a little bit different. And people are like, you do the same thing, it's lazy.
Yeah.
But when I've tried changing it up, the new thumbnails don't do as well. And so when I'm looking and I'm A/B testing every single video, I'm like, this thumbnail objectively gets more clicks. And so if my goal is to reach as wide of an audience as possible, I have to do that thumbnail. It'd be irresponsible to do anything else. So, but sometimes thumbnails will work until enough people do that same format and copy it, and then it no longer works, and then you have to pivot. So it's those moments where you have to pivot to something new is a little bit difficult and challenging, finding what gets someone's attention.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most frustrating parts of YouTube for me is like having to put your brain on something that it has nothing to do with the video.
Yeah.
Like the video itself is already done. It's got all all the stuff in it, and then having to come up with the advertising thumbnail for it is
when someone tells me that 51% of the video is the title and the thumbnail, and I want to fucking blow up my brain.
I believe
I think it's more maybe.
Probably.
It's
90%.
Crazy. I can't believe it sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I would say title thumbnail is probably the most important because you could have the perfect video, but no one clicks on it if bad title thumbnail. But title thumbnail along with the first 3 minutes have to be perfect. And if they're not, the video is going to fail. I mean, most people click on a video, they're half concentrated, they don't think about all the work that goes in behind the scenes. But it's a lot of optimizing, and the algorithm is that'll decide how well the video does on a large scale.
Oh god. This is the nitty-gritty that I fucking hate as a creator.
Really?
But I'll hate to the point where I don't do it. I think that people will hate to the point where they get frustrated and they do it. But I'll hate to the point where I would just I'll say fuck this, I just won't. Which impacts me very negatively. I think but that comes with I think a lot of what I there's just a bottom line for me that I'm just I just want to make cool shit, or I want to do stuff, and then if I have to do a bunch of nitty-gritty stuff, it pisses me off.
Yeah, you have to do it because for YouTube it's they just want people to stay on the platform, and if people scroll past your video, even if it's a great video, they're putting something else into place. Yeah. Just that'll get someone to click and watch the video.
The algorithm and TikToks are very deadly. They're very crazy, both of them.
Yeah, well, TikTok is something where their algorithm is so good and so optimized where I've but I've been logged out, not within an account on TikTok. And within a short period of time, it knows what you want on even a brand new account.
I don't know how they do that.
And yeah, I think it shows you, it just has a chart, where it's we're going to show you 10 videos. Out of the 10, you watch these 3. Okay, we're going to show you these. You watch those 2, we're going to show you these.
It's
within
scary.
Within 3 minutes, it's narrowed down where you live, what your focus are, what your interests are. It's nuts how good that is. And I think it's dangerous because even last night, I was trying to go to bed and I was may as well just go on TikTok because I'd like to check our own accounts and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
And one video came up on the homepage. I'm like, it's kind of interesting. Let's see what the next one is. And 3 minutes later,
dude,
I'm scrolling. It's so bad, and I've learned nothing from it. It's just mindless.
Yeah, I had to uninstall it from my phone. It was an hour before bed, an hour when I woke up. Yeah. It's such a good, well-refined. I've never seen it, so I think TikTok's the best I've ever seen with recommendation. for sure. Yeah.
You want to know something scary?
Yeah.
40% of Gen Z spends 3 hours or more a day on TikTok.
3 hours?
Or more.
That checks out.
40%. When you think of what you could do with 3 hours a day.
Yeah,
Like,
you could be watching YouTube.
You could be watching. Okay, no, okay. Here's the part that I purposely left out, but the other 40% watches 3 hours a day or more of YouTube.
Yeah,
Let's get rid of it.
yeah, I
YouTube
was
could
good
at
with
least be
that.
educational. TikTok, like, I don't know. You think of like you could hone a skill, you could like learn something new.
To be honest, TikToks have like are crazy now. I ask people like, what's the best way to travel? And you know what? One person responded to me seriously. Go to TikTok. There's a lot of travel TikToks where they'll tell you the best places and exactly how to get there cheaply and what to do.
So it knows your location. So when I'm in Vegas, it'll be like, we know the best spots in Vegas. Come check this out. And they're really good food places. And we found great restaurants from doing that. And then if we go and visit LA, we know the great restaurants in LA. And like it knows your location and will serve you ads around that.
That's crazy. I don't have TikTok installed. I don't have an account. I still watch TikToks daily through like Twitter and friends.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like, I'm like, I don't have an account, but I still have like my favorite TikToker, which is like, that's kind of weird, right? Like I shouldn't really have one, but I do. It's a food person from Japan.
Got it. Okay.
He makes the most disgusting food in the world.
Oh.
But it is, he's so good. He is,
Oh, so the guy who eats grease?
he's the guy who cooks like from his bed. Like,
like that guy's fucking gross.
Or like he'll do seafood, and he'll like store it in his bathtub and then like start cooking from there.
It's like a hikikomori, right?
Yes.
He's like there's like these people in Japan who just like never leave the apartment. It's like a very growing population. They just sit on their like phone or computer and just live their lives in their apartment, which is kind of based of them, to be honest. But this fucking guy, I think I saw the same one. He's like, yeah, gotta get some water for the ramen. He like gets it from the faucet, spits it in the cup, and like throws the ramen packet. He's like cooking like a little char siu on his bed, and he like lets it rest on the sheets, just seep it in, and then he puts it in the ramen.
Wait, so so people are just staying in the apartments? Is there a reason for that, or is it just like?
What do you mean for the apartment?
You say like people don't leave their apartment?
Like the hikikomori thing.
Oh, it's like it's just like this guy is just like
okay.
He's a homebody. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But he has like his most disgusting video is he takes rice from a rice cooker that's molding. He washes it with hand soap. He chops it up. He fucking refries it and turns it into a meal. He goes outside his house to get garnished from like just random like from the street, and he films it and he puts it in and he eats it. And I was like, oh my god, this guy is a monster.
I think that's how penicillin was discovered.
Yeah, he can't die. he might have the strongest like
immune system ever.
He's my favorite TikTok.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I see so much bullshit, random stuff on TikTok before I uninstalled it. I was getting like welding TikToks. So currently what I do is I had to uninstall TikTok, but now I'm on like YouTube Shorts because I can't get it off my phone without getting YouTube off my phone, and I gotta have that shit. So like, I go to YouTube Shorts all the time, and I like see like welding TikToks just posted to YouTube. I get so many like trucker TikToks, like about American truckers who just, you know, truckers?
Yeah?
Semi-truck drivers. And they'll like share their lives about living in a semi-truck. It's like, that's fucking cool. Like there's so many cool bits of it, but it's also like burning away my time nonstop.
Yeah, I watch those, the pimple popping videos.
Oh, yes.
There's a dentist on there where they blast away plaque. Really satisfying to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lady who removes ingrown toenails.
Oh my god.
It's just like, but those are the videos where you see like a toenail going like that. Like you have to see.
You have to see like how did they remove it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's bad. But you know what? One thing I think that would serve TikTok really well is like a vlog of someone's day. It's just like the most viral moment of every day. Someone just like a Casey Neistat sort of vlog, but on TikTok.
I love how you just like Casey Neistat sort of vlog. Like that guy was the fucking incredible. Yeah. That guy was so insane at what he did.
Yeah.
Like
I remember finding out.
Yeah, he's just fucking.
But imagine that with 1 minute on TikTok. And just someone every day posting one video.
I've seen a couple of
day.
those.
Really?
But like, you know, it's not crazy. Usually it'll have a subject. Okay. So it'll be like, here's my vlog of how I'm like building a little house behind my house. Yeah, and those are good.
I saw one where it's like, I'm gonna do this anime dance until I find a girlfriend. And it's been 3 years, and every day he posts one, and he does. And he's refined the dance so well.
I believe it.
He's like
he probably doesn't think about it.
He's a master of it. But that's what he does every day. I think he's like on number one.
Someone needs to get him a girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's what the comments.
Yeah.
The comments are literally like, "I'll take one for the team," like, or like please, like,
please stop.
It sounds like at this point he's turning them down.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
He just wants to.
He wants to do the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's really picky.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Wasn't it? Didn't it come out recently that I guess China was having user access to the information in the U.S. Wasn't it something like that?
The TikTok the TikTok app itself, someone did like a breakdown, like penetration testing of like what it has access to, and it's fucked. It's like the most invasive social media app that they've ever tested.
I believe it.
Like it's able to read like your clipboard somehow, so like stuff you copy, you know, like on your phone. So it's able to read your clipboard. It's able to like it's just nonstop invasive.
I would be worried about that when it comes to elections or influencing a policy or something like that, because I believe you could get Gen Z and millennials riled up enough to maybe move a certain way or believe a certain thing by showing them content of that on TikTok.
Dude, absolutely. I'm a fucking sheep. I'll listen to goddamn anything on TikTok. Yeah, I will.
I feel like I'm in a weird position where I'm like, I expect like the government or any government to just have full like oversight of what I look at, like at all times. Maybe I'm just at the point where I'm like, I'm okay, I'm giving Amazon and Google like all of my fucking information anyways. They practically own half my soul. Yeah. If Google Calendar shut down tomorrow, I'd be dead. Like just straight up, like what would I do? How would I do my work? What is my week like? I couldn't survive. So I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like, as soon as our robot overlords come, like, I'll fucking take a knee. I'm ready.
Yeah.
But, like, I do understand the concerns, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in the big picture, I think it's a benefit in that, like, you know, it'll serve you the ads before you even know you need them.
Yeah.
And so, like, sometimes I'll just be on Amazon and be like, oh, you know what? They recommended me this. I need that, actually. But it works, and I'm appreciative of that. But there's a dark side to that as well.
Oh, yeah.
I do the exact opposite. I fucking, like, even if, like, I get served ads that I'm like, this would be beneficial, I'm not gonna buy it because I saw it through a fucking advertisement. But it, like, I should. Because sometimes it's a legitimately good suggestion.
Yeah, I would, and it makes me feel good to click on those ads because I'm like, someone on the back end is going to be happy that they're at work. So like, I want to encourage.
You're
more
looking
of
out
that.
for the little men.
Yeah, I encourage that.
The ad servers.
You know the funniest thing about me being invited to this podcast was I was like, at some point we're gonna have to talk about investing, and I'm gonna have to talk to Graham about what I do.
Yeah, what's your investment
let's
strategy?
talk about that. It's a good segue.
Yeah.
Oh God. So, nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Exactly.
He's liquid, baby.
Are you just 100% cash? How long have you been cash for?
No, like, okay, let me explain. Like, okay, I have a lot of bad tendencies when it comes to cash, and here's my best example. So, when I was first on Team Dignitas, and we got paid a salary of like, I think base minimum was like, you got paid like, I don't know, like $1,500, $1,800 a month, but I had to pay rent. So like, it was like I paid $1,000 back to rent. Oh. And then I paid for a lot of food for like everyone. Like people would argue about food, so I would just pay food for my team all the time. I remember one time we beat TSM, and our owner Odie was like, yo, dinner's on me. And everyone's like, oh yeah, dinner's on him, baby. We go to the most expensive place nearby. Literally, we had to Google the most expensive place, and we went there. It was like a 4-course meal. Everyone ate. They ordered like 7 appetizers, and I got the bill, and I showed it to him, and he's fucking furious. And he's like, it was like honestly, it was like $800. But he was like, fuck it, I'll pay for it. But he never did. So like, I had to pay for that. And I found out after I left Dignitas the first year of LCS, I had like less than like, I want to say it was less than like $5,000 in my bank account. Because I never check my bank account. Like the money can literally go like this. I'll check like every like other week, or essentially like it just goes like this. And when I look at bank account statements, so I had to stream 29 of 30 days next month to make enough money to actually live.
That's
yeah.
You get a day off. That's cool.
Yeah, got a day off. Yeah. But like essentially, like I don't I don't know. My investment has just been like, I have like someone who does stocks for me. I give him money. I'm like, you fucking do whatever you want. I have another stock portfolio that I have for fun that I do whatever I want. And then that's it. And then that's like half of my money.
Okay. Well, I guess at that point, if you have someone managing your investments, then it's just how much of your income do you save? Is it more than 20%?
40%.
It's good. So, you know, at that, it could be worse. If it's being invested, I think 40% is a great amount to save.
He approves.
Hey, that's good. That's
I mean, if you could save more, I'd much rather you save 50. But 40 is not bad. I mean, honestly, if someone saves more than like 15 to 20%, like in the big picture, they're doing well. Most people are not able to even do that. So you saving 40 is great.
Yeah, we don't have high overhead. We just sit in a room.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, so last time we talked, I was telling you about how I sold all of my stocks.
Good timing.
Good timing. So now I gotta ask you, when do I get back in? I know this is not financial advice, but tell me what I should do.
Alright, so you're gonna buy some call options on this.
Okay.
On this date that expires.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the market keeps going down. I also wouldn't be surprised if it levels off. I don't think there's a lot of good catalysts right now that would cause us to see another big rally. A lot of people are waiting for the Fed to come back and like come to the rescue, or stop raising interest rates, or for inflation to come down. So I think if we see the economy improving, I think the market will start to recover at that point. If it were me, I would probably say dump 20% in now, and then the remaining 80% you could just dollar cost average it over the next year.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And maybe you miss out on the bottom, but it's so difficult to time the bottom exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So you want to just hit around it. The market's already down about 25% from the peak, so you're already doing a deal. For tech, it's down like 30, 35%. Yeah. Some stocks are down like 80%.
Yeah, Netflix is suicide right now.
Yeah. So I'd say, but I would just index fund it. I know you would go like, on Simon Property Group, but I would just do a broad index, play it boring, and just dollar cost average for a year. That's probably what I'd pull up.
Yes.
I'll literally pull up my phone right now.
What if I was just like Dogecoin, all in
Doge? Yeah,
trust me.
I feel like, all right, he knows something I don't.
I unironically made like 30% on that, but it was the worst 30% I've ever made. Because I was on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why the stock market closes. Because I was on my phone being like, the whole day. The whole time. Elon Musk tweets, sell. Fucking sell.
Right. Now, what I find really interesting is throughout the entire crypto market, Bitcoin has gone down tremendously. Ethereum has gone down a lot. Dogecoin has stayed exactly the same.
Really?
5 cents.
That's
Bitcoin's down 20%. Dogecoin stays at 5 cents.
That sounds like financial advice.
I don't know. Well, it's a fact. I mean, you could look at it, but I find it interesting.
That is interesting.
Now, but here's the thing. I have a feeling if it falls below 5 cents for a sustained period of time, it's over. I mean, maybe it goes down to a penny. But the fact that it's remaining at 5 cents tells me that, you know, it's strong enough with the community behind it to maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
I won't even buy real Dogecoin. I'll just buy like the fake Dogecoin on like the apps. You don't really get the crypto. You just get like
Robinhood.
Yeah,
but no, but they came up with a wallet now. I don't know if you could transfer.
I haven't even looked at anything in a long time. But I just remember being like, with my strategy right now is like, after I looked at my stocks a month ago, after like a week, like every week, I was like, let's just put this down and I'll just wait. Because it doesn't look pretty. It's a lot of red.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see what you're invested in now. Do you know? Do you have any idea? Do you get a statement?
Yeah, for my financial guy or for me? For my financial guy, oh shit.
I'm curious if I won't read it off what it is, but if you have like a statement.
Let me go see.
I'm just curious like what it's invested in.
Yeah.
What he has your money in.
Well, he's doing that. What? Do you think crypto is going to come back? Gonna bounce back?
I mean, people say that like every time it's come back, you enter a crypto winter.
Yeah.
That's gonna last 1 to 3 years, and then it comes back even stronger. I'm always a firm believer that continues to happen until it doesn't, and so it may just rebound in 3 years from now. Everyone's saying, oh, the next time it's gonna go up is the Bitcoin halving. I think it's 2024.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, cool.
but you never know. I mean, people compare sometimes Bitcoin to like the tulip bubble and all these other previous bubbles, and you see that like, well, very few bubbles have gone on this long and have popped and lost 90% and then come back and then lost 90% and come back. So
I'll be honest, when like, people talk to me about crypto, I always feel like they're just really good at rationalizing stuff because I'm good at rationalizing stuff. So they're like, oh no, it's just like because of this or because of that, and because I know not enough technical stuff to be like, yeah, that's right. I just trust them, and then I realize like everyone sounds the same because they all just believe it. It's like I'm listening to a cult. They all believe in their own fucking like religious belief of crypto. From the crypto Jesus, and then of their own Jesus, and it's just like, okay, well, which one of these Jesus like
the real one?
Yeah, the real one. Like, which one?
That's what I don't like about crypto is that people take if you say anything negative, it's as though you've offended them personally, and you talk negatively about like their family by talking negative about crypto.
It's because it's a cult, so like they're all in. They're all in on the cult. So like, but the cult can. I've never seen a cult like 100x my like income before, so it's like.
But these cults have also lost a lot of money.
Yes. Me, I when crypto was really big, like 4 or 5 years ago, I went in on I don't even remember the coin. It wasn't Ethereum or Bitcoin. I went in on like a third-party coin.
It's an altcoin.
An altcoin, yes.
Yeah. Here's which one it is.
Oh, it was.
This would have been 2017.
It was a Korean coin. I don't remember. It was Icon, ICX.
Okay. Sure.
My friend did a lot of research for me. I talked to him about it, and he and to this day, my friend still trades in that market, and he does fantastic. He's up like 1 million pretty much over the course of the last couple of years. But it's still to this day, he's like, I don't know what happened, and I'm like, that's just whatever. I don't care. But like, yeah, I'm down like 10K overall from there. I'm down like 30K from options, and I'm like, I'm never touching either of them ever again.
Yeah, that's good. Listen, I think crypto is fine if you're investing less than 5 to 10% of your portfolio at the very most. Then I think it's acceptable. You can take the risk, and even if it goes to 0, I mean, so what? You lose 5%.
Yeah.
So that's the way I kind of see it. I think it can be a good hedge. It makes sense to me that Bitcoin could be a universally accepted store of wealth. It makes sense, so I'd say 5%.
The funniest thing is, and I think I told you this as well, Michael, but like in esports, like LCS in particular, everyone bandwagons the same money-making schemes. So it went from like the crypto, like fucking crazy crypto craze back in, I don't know, 2017, whatever. Then it went to weed stocks. I'm not even kidding. Every LCS player, half of them are in every single time. You can just talk to them, they're always like, yeah, boy, weed stocks are great. And then like it crashes and they're like, oh fuck, I lost or whatever. And they're in the next thing. And they're in the next, yes. Literally, like I know people who just dropped from playing pro to become like a professional Axiom, like, or Axiom Infinity, like person. And I'm just like, that is crazy to me. I asked them how much they make and they're like, hundreds of thousands a year. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Well, it works.
It works, and you're kind of legally exploiting people from under, like, represented countries.
Well, it's the people who are buying in. I don't know if it's exploiting them so much as the people who are buying in now.
Yeah.
To fund some of those people getting out. It's risky. I just see all of these things. So many of them went to 0 in 2018 when that crypto market crashed. So probably gonna happen again. But I would love for Bitcoin and Ethereum to like be the Amazon that comes out of it and like.
Can it come out good?
Yeah, I would love for that, but we'll see.
Give your
Oh, I just updated the app. I haven't used it in the 2 months since I fucking looked at it last. What was that?
Do you have any like? You seem like you work a lot. Do you have like any hobbies outside of aquariums and video?
I like going to the gym. I mean, I feel like everyone to some degree likes going to the gym if they're into that. But my hobbies, I love working. I love making money. Like that's my hobby.
I understand the first part and not the second part. I hate making money. Everything I do is like the antithesis of making money. I like to burn.
You should try making money.
I like to
try. Give it a shot.
I like to burn money. Like it's funny because when people talk to me about how much I made over the years, everyone always assumes I made a lot, and I'm like, I've made like next to nothing. I reject like 98% of sponsors, probably 99 plus. I like don't fucking do anything that like is there to make you money. I just spend it on stuff I think is kind of cool. And that's it.
Like what would you spend?
Give me an
for
example.
Instance,
like
cool.
I am currently doing some stuff where I guess for instance, did a VTuber model like a year or two ago, and that cost me like 10 grand essentially to get everything running. Like just even like it's like a video and the actual model itself was like 5 to 10 grand. And like if I want to do another one, which may or may not be happening, that's gonna cost me another like 10 grand essentially. And like the return on it is definitely possible, but like for me it's just a fun thing. Like, I use it to collaborate with other people I would normally.
But you can still do that and still have fun, but pick a sponsor that you enjoy working with. Like, why do you turn down 98? Is it because they're scammy?
I just don't feel like it. I don't like them. I don't like working with. There's some like.
They're mean to me.
Yeah, there's just some sort of control that you give up, or some sort of like, it like, for me. And so like I'm at the point where like, I don't quite have $1 million, which I probably should have like 3 years ago. But it's like enough to where like I don't think I'll ever have financial woes. So like I don't really have any immediate like.
There's no burning push to like I gotta take the sponsor.
If anything, it's like I have a more push to like do better content or like do like more interesting things because I have more power now. I have more like I'm like a wizard. Like, you know, I like over the years I've gotten more powerful because I've
leveled up.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but like, why am I still doing similar spells I cast when I was like a fledgling, like a little tiny like.
A beginner wizard.
A beginner wizard.
A little warlock.
I'm an archmage now. Like, I should be like casting meteors and shit.
Sure.
So like I feel like that's what I look forward to more than like any the money stuff. I'm just like.
That's fair. I get that, but I do think there would be a good middle ground where you could find a sponsor that gives you the full control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I find that like one of the hardest things to do is work. It's like when you know you need help on the back end, right? But finding people to help you work on that end is very difficult.
What would they do for you specifically?
Whether it's like, if I wanted a manager, for instance, I'd want someone who was able to kind of look forward and like maybe look at like brand growing opportunities. But like I can't find someone that really understands me that well. It's like I'll find someone who like understands what I do and they'll watch me and be like, okay, but like having them be able to think independently. I always think of it as like the PA is someone you tell what to do, and someone else is like whatever manager, whatever business or development guy. It's someone who's looking out for like the future.
Yeah.
And like you don't eventually like you work with a lot of PAs, maybe to develop into DX, but finding someone over here a little bit different.
Yeah, if it were me, I'd tell you to do more sponsors. I'd be looking at your best
Make
performing
more
videos.
money.
Yeah, I'd just show you a sheet. Be like, here's money spent. Here's money in, money out. We gotta make this like bigger and this smaller.
That's true.
And I'd be looking at your best performing videos. Be like, do more of those.
He'd be like, I don't understand.
Like, yeah, I don't want to do those. I'd be like, but you gotta do that.
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
now's your time.
I understand being very frustrated to work with, which is why it's like I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can kind of choose to be stupidly picky. Not even like funny, like smart picky. It's like dumb picky.
Yeah.
So why not go to the sponsors that you've already done? It's just because there's 2% that you said yes to, and why not go to them?
They're like a one-time thing. It's like when they want to promote something, I appreciate. I'll put it this way: like I haven't taken a YouTube sponsor in like 2 years. Regardless of the size of my YouTube, and at one point it was like really big, and at this point it's like dead, but slowly going back up. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just plenty of great opportunities out there. I think if you opened yourself up to it, yes, there are deadlines and stuff that you gotta usually hit.
You should promote some like crypto coins. You should probably talk to some NFT people.
You could pump NFTs.
I'll pump NFTs.
I hear those pay well.
Oh my god!
They'll send you over to Mexico and just gamble. Just gamble on stake. Just imagine you go from this to be like, guys, we're streaming on stake right now. Check us out in Mexico.
I'm not gonna lie, when I look at those contracts, I'm like, that person, the people who are streaming on stake make what I'm worth, like financially, in like a year or two, like in half a year. I'm just like, what do I say?
What was the one? It was like $3 million a month for streaming on one of those. I wasn't Rubat. I think it was Stake, and I think it was $3 million a month.
I've heard of higher.
You've heard of higher? Oh my gosh.
So it's like things where I'm like, well, like, it's hard to pass up if you like numbers. If you're like a person who like even doesn't appreciate cash, you're like, well, that's a lot of zeros. Like at some point, like the number of zeros is like fucking, oh shit.
Can you tell us the highest offer that you've heard? You don't have to say who got the offer, but just like that you've heard.
I want to say it was $400 to $500 a month.
Well, no, this would be $3 million a month.
Oh, that is the highest offer I've heard. That is a lot.
So you could look it up. It was a leaked.
Oh, it was Aiden Ross, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So it was on that. But who was the other guy? Miskiff was also talking on his stream. He turned down the offer because he would have to move. I think it was to Canada. So it was out of the U.S. But I think they offered him $10 million for the year.
What's the craziest offer you guys have ever got? Not money-wise, but just like opportunity-wise. Like, for instance, I'll start. When I ended my LCS career, a Chinese streaming website reached out to me and was like, we'll pay you like 6 figures. And this is at the point where like 6 figures for me was like, what the fuck? To stream on our website full time. You'll have like a Chinese only audience, like, but we want you. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But it was like a real deal for one of the like top 3 or 4 streaming websites.
Oh, wow.
That was like the most like, what the fuck? But kind of like, oh, okay, I have to kind of consider it, but like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I get so many offers. There's one I felt bad about turning down, but it was over $1 million, and it was a company that I use all the time. I mean, everyone uses it.
Okay.
Why did you turn it down?
It was conflicting with another sponsor that I had already agreed to, and they had priority. I mean, it was basically a non-compete, but it was you know, I wanted to make both of them work, but they were both kind of in the same category, and it was like, but I liked them. I like them a lot, so it's tough to turn that one down because it's like
I use it all the time.
I use it all the time.
One.
Most people use this company, so but it didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It's fucking Google Pay.
I've had so many weird things where I unintentionally am like sponsored by someone. Like I'll get like an offer, like Ridge Wallet has come to me, and these motherfuckers are like, "Hey, do you want to do sponsorship?" I was like, "Maybe. Can you send me a wallet so I can mess with it?" And like I've had the wallet for like 4 years, and I'd like show it to everyone. I'm like, this is sweet. And I've never gotten a fucking sponsorship from, like, it just never went through. Like
for me, I gotta say my favorite sponsor though was Vessi.
What's that?
They're the shoes.
Oh, is that the waterproof?
Yeah,
shit?
the waterproof.
Are those really good?
Yeah, we only did I only did one sponsor with them, and it did not convert because the shoes are so expensive. It's like $150 shoe.
Yeah.
And my audience is not sitting there and be like, I need a waterproof shoe for $150. But I have worn them for 2 years non-stop. It is the shoe that I've gotten the most wore out of ever. And I love Vessies, and I talk about them now just
for fun.
They got you.
Yeah, but it was amazing. I love their shoes. I wish they would come back and sponsor again.
Converted you.
But I just don't think it converted. But, But now it's like I wear them. I'm not wearing them today, but they're what I wear 95% of the time. I love their shoes, and they sent different colors: the black, tan, white. Love them.
That's really cool. Yeah, I love it when
they're waterproof. And so, like, I'm washing the car the other day, and the hose went down on my shoe. I'm like, oh crap, my socks are. Wait a second, I got my Vessies.
Oh my god.
Seriously, there's so many times where I've stepped in water and be like, oh, I'm wearing my Vessies.
That's
so nice.
Crazy.
Yeah, I just think their shoes are too expensive. If they brought it down to like $60, they would sell so well.
$60 for $150, that's a lot.
But they'd have to. I don't know how many sales are getting $100 and something.
Yeah.
Especially if you've never worn the shoe before.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Yeah, it's tough to say. You say you like making money quite a bit. Is there like not an end goal? Is there like a massive thing that you would like to buy?
No. There's really nothing I want to buy.
Is that frustrating?
Sometimes.
Because you just like have a big number.
Yeah, I like collecting, so I guess like if I were gonna start spending money, I would love to collect rare cars.
That's pretty cool.
Like a Toyota 7000 GT is one of those cars that I would love to own one day. Or a Lexus LFA would be another one. And probably art, I think, would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I think that's like the classic rich thing to do.
Yeah.
Get some like art and nice cars.
Yeah. So I really want one day I'd love a Keith Haring. I remember growing up like in the 90s and like having the Keith Haring shirts.
What's a Keith Haring?
Is that like
he's an artist. Yeah, he's an artist, and he makes sometimes these colorful sort of like people figures. Yeah. Really basic looking art, but I just remember that being hugely popular like as a kid. I was 3 years old wearing the Keith Haring shirts. And you know, he's cheap compared to like the Banksies and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think that would be cool. But it just seems like a big chunk of money to still plunk down on something like that when I should be right now investing.
Right. What about like vacations or experiences? So do you like doing vacation?
It's hard to take time off work. I mean, the tough part, like I would enjoy the vacation, but I'm in my head so often. Like,
and you're like, I could be spending this time on this.
Yeah,
other
or
thing.
I'm thinking about stuff. Like I could be, you know, we went to Hawaii for I think 5 days, and it's tough to be in the moment when I'm thinking like, what's happening in the markets and what thumbnail do I need to use on this video and how is it performing? Oh, it's not doing that well. I got to change the title. What's the title? I'm just constantly thinking. So when I'm separate from that, I'm sure I would love to travel.
Yeah.
But right now it's tough to
separate from that.
Yeah, it's tough to separate the two because it's all I do.
Right.
And so right now it's tough.
Gotcha.
But I would like to one day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're on like the super grind right now. Like for me, like I'm not there. I was there for like a year or two, and I'm like kind of off. But like because I stream so much and I have like a contractual hour basis that's a little disgusting. I have to stream a lot. Like, but I tend to like miss up like a lot of vacation or opportunities because of that. Because it is like essentially I can't take more than 5 days of break a month.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
5 days is, I mean, that's fine. I mean, but I look at that and be like, hey, that sounds nice, man. 5 days a month
nice.
off.
That's true. Maybe you know what? Maybe you're right.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I worry that the career online is so fickle. And every year for me has been better than the last. And so I'm worried about, like, realistically, how long do I have in a career like this? Mm-hmm. And so I just want to make the most of it while I'm here, because I know it's not going to last forever. And so I play very safe on that. So it's like I may as well, you know, not miss an upload. Yeah. I want to continue as long as I can.
And then you can vacation after.
Yeah. And I just know there's a point naturally. It seems like very few people last more than 7 years, and almost no one lasts 10. And I'm on year 5.5, I think it is. So I'm getting to that range where it's
I'm on 11.
You're on 11. Yeah, very few people have a career that long. Very few. So you're one of the probably a 0.1% who's been doing it this long.
I'm nice.
Yeah, you're like getting up there in dog years.
Yeah.
But like Mr. Beast would be a good example of someone who is just like consistently grown and hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Nelk is another great example. They were doing this since like 2011 or 12, and their content I think just keeps getting better. So it exists, but it's so hard.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like we were also present with like Ryan Vega.
Yeah.
Where it's like he was a superstar essentially.
Yeah, he's the first YouTuber I ever watched.
Yep, and he's really chill. He's one of the most like down to earth guys. Period. And even now, I'm like he can come back at any point and be fucking awesome. But like he chose purposely not to stream on YouTube for his own like mental. He just streams on Twitch, and like he didn't even take a partner contract for like months, like just because it just wanted to be like his thing.
Yeah.
Because he just wanted to chill and vibes.
Yeah,
that's good.
I feel like at some point he's gonna come back. I feel.
I like to see that.
Yeah, I think he's still a beast.
I think Filthy Frank's gonna go back.
You think so?
No.
Oh my god.
Dude,
come on, man.
You know something we don't?
Dude, that guy's first videos they get like fucking
my God.
removed instantly.
Yeah, you'll never even see it. Oh, sometimes I go back and watch those old videos.
Pretend
like it's time.
The ones that aren't like banned, and you have to watch them do like
on someone else's channel.
Re-uploads of like the re-upload.
Yeah, and it's like backwards.
Yeah,
like, the voice is slightly misaligned.
It's like the different. It's like a different age of YouTube, where like the stuff back then that was legal was like or allowed was like, oh my god, like people were just hurting themselves.
That's the best age ever.
that was some crazy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those 3-minute prank videos. Oh, the social experiments. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank.
Dude, some of those things are. Oh, even nowadays, like people think YouTube's a lot tamer, and maybe it is. Like, for sure it is for a lot of things. I don't know if it's necessarily all bad, but there were some. It was just the Wild West back then.
Yeah,
for sure, the actual Wild West.
Yeah, they're definitely. I think right now they're really trying to compete with the TikTok route and offer shorts. But I don't know. I think YouTube should just stick with the long form content.
Yeah, their TikTok or the Shorts algorithm is ass compared to TikTok's.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't keep me on as long. Like TikTok, I could be on for an hour. YouTube Shorts, it'll get to a point where I'm like, And I don't like how you see the TikTok logo on there. It's like it's constant advertising for TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube, I think, should take a stab at Spotify for podcasts. They should really be upping the podcast.
I'm just surprised because I feel like there's such a gigantic, like, giant.
Yeah.
Like they should be able to. They should be doing like a bunch of random shit.
It's probably hard for them because it's such a big company. Like you can't act with it because there's like so much space on like the YouTube homepage. Like each pixel's got to worth so much time and bureaucracy in the back rooms. To be like, hey, we want our icon for the Shorts team, and the like main channel team is like, shut the fuck up, Shorts team. Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of those departments don't even talk to each other.
Dude, yeah.
So they're completely separate, so you can't just be like, go to the design team and engineer on something else.
Yeah.
Want something done.
Oh, I do have a question, Graham.
Yeah.
You're a big financial guy. Do you have someone who you watch for financial advice? Is that funny?
I watch everybody. I probably watch every finance channel imaginable.
Really?
Yeah. I spend a lot of time.
How do you upkeep that with your work?
2x speed.
Oh.
Yeah. I listen to everyone 2x speed, but it's also like when I'm in the car, I'll be listening to something. So I could probably get out like 4 videos while I'm in the car.
Your most enjoyable channel you watch right now. It doesn't have to be finance. On YouTube, do you have one? Something that you're just like, fuck. Oh, and the video gets uploaded.
So
like,
stupid.
I gotta watch.
Probably Nelk. I kid you not, it's like the least finance. But I think it's just funny video. Like those are my favorite. I watch. Oh, or Steve will do it. I watch all those videos.
The guy who just gives money to Dana White.
Yo, Dana, we just bought you a Rolex.
Yo, yeah. Hey, man. Yeah. What about you?
That would be a fun concept. Is just giving money to rich people.
That would like and seeing them not give a fuck.
I like long form stuff. So like I was like big on Something Salt for a long time. I would literally just be like, Something Salt's got anything on? I'm just eating. I'm like eating lunch to it. I'm just watching the whole thing.
That's like a speedrunner. Common like like he like goes back in history of speedrunning.
Got it. Okay.
He has like long form videos. Like time like an hour, like 40 minutes an hour. So like I'll watch that, and then like anytime Donkey uploads something, I'm like, I fucking love Donkey, so I have to watch him.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You know, I watch Philip DeFranco. I watch a lot of his videos.
He has some good stuff.
Yeah.
News. Yeah.
Like that's my news.
Yeah.
I get more news from him than from like an actual news. Yeah.
My news
probably smart. Probably a good idea to stay away from it.
I feel like news for me, it's like, because I feel like social media brings you too close to stuff. It's like, I like to consume news at a less than daily rate or hourly rate, because there's just too much like stuff that can kind of pull the whole emotional spectrum. Like if you really wanted to see every tragedy in the world, we're at the point where you can see like every tragedy in every country on like a minutely basis. So it's like for my news or whatever, I like to like look at it after like a week or 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, okay, like this happened that was kind of big, or this happened that was kind of big. And if it's like really big, like someone dies or like a poke recorded, I'll like know about it. But for the most part, it's like I keep my distance because I like to be happy.
Yeah. I bet most people could probably turn off the news for a year and really not miss much.
Yeah.
And if it is significant, you'll hear it from somebody else.
I think daily news is like what you do for financial must be crazy because it like grates on you.
Yeah, but financial news is not depressing. It's usually just like, for me, I find it interesting.
Okay,
it's all like different policies and stuff like that. And Reddit is another great resource because they'll sometimes pull from Twitter.
Yeah.
So immediately when something's posted, I'll see it on Reddit.
Yeah, that's how I found out Betty White died. I saw.
Yeah, same with me.
On Reddit, I was scrolling and I saw a picture of it was her face cut in half and it was put next to a cutout half of XXX Tentacion's face, and it was like clouds in heaven. And I was like, no fucking way. And I looked it up and she was dead.
You're kidding. Oh my god.
Which is probably the best way to consume news is through post-market memes.
Gosh.
Oh yeah. Well, we've gotten to that part in the segment where Toast transitions to viewer questions.
Oh, I couldn't pull up my account because I forgot my password. But you I apologize.
All right. So every time we do viewer questions, I think on the subreddit you can submit viewer questions. Today asked Rob, what do you consider your biggest mistake in life, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah. This is an interesting name. Rob Debobrov.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I would say one of my the mistake I talk about the most often was I really did not believe in credit cards when I was younger. And so,
still don't.
Keep going.
No, I know I need to, but keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I was taught that credit's bad, and you shouldn't need a credit card. So it's better just to avoid it.
Yeah.
And so I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and some people were telling me, get a credit card. You need a credit card. I thought I was so much better than everyone else because I had a debit card, and I didn't need a credit card. And then when I wanted to start buying real estate, I went to a lender. And I pulled my credit, and it was zero. I mean, it was nothing, because I had no history at all of any credit. And they denied me a loan when I was buying real estate. And I couldn't get a loan, and their only advice was, maybe you could get a cosigner. But neither of my parents had good credit. So it really put me back in those very beginning years because I didn't have a credit card. And it would have been so easy for me just to get like a BS $300 limit on something, just put gasoline on it. Yeah. So that was a pretty big mistake and easily avoidable.
Yeah. Credit card, yeah, I feel that. Right. See, I have one that I've never charged or activated, but I have it on the account, and it's improved my credit score. Just owning it. Yeah.
Without activating it.
You're gonna love this.
Yeah.
Someone opened up a credit line in my name.
That's awesome.
And used it for multiple years, accrued incredible credit, and stopped using it at a bank I never used. And I just looked at it sometimes in my credit history, and I was like, what the fuck happened here?
So that's identity theft.
Kind of.
But in like a Robin Hood.
And so I actually have insanely good credit for someone who doesn't use it.
Did you make sure they closed
that
that
the
account?
account doesn't exist.
Wow.
But I essentially have really good credit.
Dude, you had like an angel.
Yeah.
Why would they? So here's my question: why would they pay it down?
I thought it was like a co-sign thing with me and my mom, or like me and my parents. I forgot about. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was me, and it just ended up happening. But it was like a different bank I've never used. I've never used another bank in my life before.
So sometimes they reroute certain loans or stuff like that.
Maybe
it'll be sold off to another bank. I mean, it's possible.
In my head, it's better to think of it as like a Robin Hood-esque figure that saved my credit score.
That. Okay, let's.
My credit score is great. It's like 7 something whatever, and I'm just like, okay, cool. But I also have a credit card that I like. This is really weird. I lose my credit cards instantly. I get them in a week. They're just gone. I'm like, I don't need them, so I just debit everything. And so which is really bad. Yeah. I understand. But it's just, my credit score's really good. So I'm just wow, this turned out to be okay for me, but I probably should use my credit card.
You always get a business line. The Carrots credit card, like that? Eric White? Yeah.
That seems so weird.
Why?
I don't know. It's like a credit card for creators, right?
Yeah.
So Carrot is this guy starting a credit line for people who do I don't know, content creation, and you don't need credit to get approved for a certain limit. You just need to have followers, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of based on your follower count is the limit, within reason, of course. But I think it's a smart concept. I keep telling, how are you gonna make money? Because it's the rewards are too good. We shouldn't be getting this much back in cash back. It's 2 to 5% cash back. It's a really good card. But I think the goal in the future is to have a network of creators that
you could say you have, right?
Yeah, and then you could say, hey, Apple is coming out with their new phone or AirPods or whatever. We have this huge network. Do you want to send this as a perk for our credit card? And then what is that worth on the back end if everyone gets the iPods or whatever it might be, and they post about it? So there's got to be a value to that.
Interesting.
Okay. But that's a great card. I'd recommend that.
Wow.
For both of you.
The Carrot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, is this an ad? I didn't know we were fucking sponsored here. I gotta see it though.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna drop it.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa, 713.
Expires 11/
It's a security code.
Oh god.
It is a good card.
Yeah, it's a good card. It's got weight to it. It's and you could get them in different colors.
I've heard this when it rains in Forest. I heard about this less than a month ago from Totino. And I was like, that's interesting. Someone's starting this new, and then you said it again. I'm like,
get it. I could just put you in touch with them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure you've met him. He goes to a lot of these.
Yeah, he was there at the Streamer Awards.
And he was there at the Creator Clash event.
I was not there, but I was just watching you guys from the comfort of my bedroom. I was like, okay.
Oh, you should have been.
It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I should have been.
Yeah, I definitely want to go next year.
Yeah.
To, like, not to compete, but just like to see it. Holy shit.
I want to be able to go backstage though, like because it's an experience that you don't get when you're like even in the front row.
Yeah.
But it's like being backstage and like the
I mean, like,
maybe we can.
I bet we could.
As ex-contestants, we're not even to say like.
We can ask Ian. Yeah, he'll let us know.
I bet we could, and we could offer words of encouragement, you know, behind the scenes.
Don't
like,
get
you got
hit,
this, man. Yeah. Just don't get hit.
Oh, did we answer this?
What? What's your,
you did.
yeah, what is your biggest
No,
regret?
My biggest regret?
Or, yes, biggest mistake.
You know, when I was in LCS, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I said my biggest regret was I didn't defend my teams publicly on social media, my teammates. Because I felt like they were getting shit on social media, and I did defend them regardless. And instead, I would, behind the scenes, be like, this shit doesn't matter, don't listen to it, all that stuff. Now, 11 years from now, with OTD, when one of my friends gets shit on, I still don't defend them publicly, but I think it's okay to do it privately. I feel like my thoughts have just changed about the situation. So I don't know what happened. I didn't learn anything from my biggest regret. That was my biggest regret for years.
Not learning anything.
And I didn't learn a single thing. Cause now I'm like, maybe what I did before was okay. And I just really got into this thing where like, social media is a fucking hellhole sometimes. Where like having to like kind of navigate it is a very tricky tightrope situation. Yeah. And like maybe like when I thought about it then and when I think about it now, it's like they're both right. You could do it either way. But my biggest regret turned into, oh, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
Good.
Yeah.
Just do that when you regret stuff.
Yeah. Just. What about you?
It was yours.
Nothing. I don't do. I'm perfect. No. I don't like. I think spending a year on Oahu was a bad idea. I moved over there because of a relationship. I actually went to the college I went to due to my relationship at the time, and like, it's good to like learn not to do that, but it sucks when the only lesson is don't fucking do that because that was a bad idea. So I wouldn't have done that. I feel like that was a solid like year and a half of difficulty and strife that I brought upon myself. So, yeah.
And you just learn not to do that.
Just don't do that.
Just don't do that.
Just don't move across an ocean for a relationship, probably. Yeah.
But state lines is okay, just not across.
State lines is okay. Right. Yeah. Contiguous United States checks out.
It's just when there's a water barrier.
Yes, just a greater ocean system between you.
So Catalina's off limits.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, next one. If you had unlimited money for 5 minutes, what would you? What kind of question is that?
Okay, I'm assuming they mean like you can't just like ask for anything. You have to go through the process
of like going and
like
where could you go with Beverly Hills?
You had the internet. Let's say you had the internet.
Yeah.
Could you guys spend an infinite amount of money online in 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'd probably just buy non-stop cars. I'd probably like max out Teslas. And probably have to get like 8 of them, right?
Because there aren't that many big purchases that you can check out.
That's what I was thinking.
Fast.
How fast can you check out like $1 million purchase?
I can't even check out a Tesla like an Amazon purchase. It's fast.
Jewelry, collectible
jewelry,
coins. Yeah. You could probably, maybe gold bars.
Yeah.
Maybe you just be like, I'm gonna order the max that I can of gold bars.
BTS merch.
They're dead.
Yeah, they're dead. That sucks.
You know BTS is done. Well,
they fucking died.
They're disbanded. And you know, I heard the news from him. He's the #1 BTS.
No. And you found it on Reddit next to Betty White.
I did, yeah. It was just all of half of their faces on Betty White's face. Oh, tough for them.
Yeah. I'd say probably cars, art, coins, anything that you could check out probably on eBay.
I feel like that's like a reasonable.
Watches, actually.
Yeah.
Just pick the most expensive watch.
Don't those go up in price too sometimes?
They can.
Like COVID has made stuff crazy. Like watches have gone up, fucking cars have gone up. Exactly. Like I'm just like, oh, people just all right.
Yeah. The global chip shortage scares the shit out.
Dogs have gone up. Yeah. Pets have gone to the moon.
But now, in fairness, it is costing more to manufacture.
Pets?
So, No, we're talking about like cars and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
But no, pets too, because you have to think like the cost of labor is going up.
Yeah.
Cost of food, dog food is going up. Rents are going up. Overhead's going up. Their insurance is going up. So it's like that has to be factored in somewhere.
These dogs are from like Russia. Some of
I don't know.
Actually, some of them are from this state. A lot of them are.
Yeah, but then think like if you're buying a ticket to ship these dogs or whatever, then that's more expensive.
Yeah.
Have you tried getting something shipped from China during COVID?
No.
It is like a multi-month process.
Oh, I believe it.
It's like a 2.
Well, it was like that before COVID too, so now I can only imagine it's.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah. Do you see they're thinking about doing chip manufacturing in like Ohio?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a good idea.
They wanted to bring chip manufacturing to the U.S.
Back to the U.S., right?
Not really back, but they want to make your own plants here so that they're not reliant.
Yeah,
on
because it's like,
countries.
it's crazy that Taiwan just has like the main one, TSMC. Like,
Now, isn't it because a part of the metal that is, I forget what it is, but I thought it was like a type of metal that was easier to source from there.
Was that true?
Yeah.
But I think a lot goes into it, and they have just the most experience
Nickel or
in
something
being
like
able to do it. And
Yeah, something like that.
Nickel in
But I worry about the cost of doing it in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be very expensive, and that
it's probably going to
means
be behind for like 20 years too.
something like that. But it's then the cost of, how much is that going to increase the cost of everything else?
Sure, yeah.
It's a terrible situation to be in because, like, how do you get yourself out of that without either causing mass unemployment or a recession? You kind of have to. You got to pick, like, do we want really high inflation, prices that keep going up, or do we want to just, hit it now, cause a correction?
Yeah. That's so weird that like you just can't get chips anymore. Such an odd thing.
Yeah, and it depends what they're used for. So believe it or not, for cars only use 3% of the overall supply of chips.
Yeah.
What are chips used for? It's not just PCs.
Phones.
Fucking everything.
Yeah,
Your printer
smartphones.
cartridges, your ink cartridges. Canon had to stop doing DMR for their ink cartridges.
What?
Because they used to have like chips they'd put in each ink cartridge.
Yeah.
And the printer would scan it and be like, okay, it's a Canon ink cartridge, so now you can use it. They had to take that out. So the chip shortage made the product better. Because now you can use anyone's cartridge.
That's awesome.
That's
It's
fantastic.
fucking horrible.
I always forget how many things are like. I didn't even remember chips were in cars.
Yeah,
like
cars,
you can
phones.
fucking do it.
Yeah, you're like your braking system. You're like a lot of systems. Cars.
The modern car right now has over 3,000 chips. Wow. Yeah. And you want like a Mercedes, it's like 5,000 chips. Everything has a chip for something.
Yeah, they manage stuff like your turning radius. Sometimes they'll like put more like power on the outside tires. It's like shit you'd never notice. Just to make the car better. Yeah, it's very cool.
So it's not the gamers that are using the chips. It's not
True. Yeah, it's not the gamers. Yeah, no.
Mostly smartphones. That's the biggest market for chips.
Yeah.
Is in your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when people were getting a lot of stimulus checks or just making a lot of money these last few years, they're buying smartphones. And they're not recycling their phones. So you buy a new one when the old one. Chances are a lot of people just leave them in a drawer.
Yeah, you just toss it to
Garbage. Yeah. That's why some like older cars are worth more than current cars, because they have like chips that the newer models have taken out of them.
Yeah. So they've started to do that now. They're using less chips.
We're becoming more efficient. Time to
In a way.
Yeah.
Make cars simpler again.
Dude, COVID has been crazy. I can't believe COVID and this. Was it chip shortage caused because of COVID, or it's just?
Yeah, so a lot of those plants shut down, and then they got behind in manufacturing and didn't anticipate so much demand to come back so fast. So they're behind, plus excessive demand, and they can't make enough.
Even though.
And then on top of that, then you also have just cost of everything going up now. Shipping costs more, labor costs more. So now their overhead is higher, even if they wanted to operate the same way.
Yeah.
Everything on their end is also higher, so that gets passed on.
And chip manufacturing is not like something you can just spin up a factory for. Like it takes like 20 years for a new company to learn how to do it to like the current standard, and then by then they'll be behind. Because it's like it gets smaller, every few years. Like I think it's like 7 nanometer now.
Dude, tech is so fast. Like if PCs are an indication, like I'm outdated in 6 months every year. It's great. I can't imagine for chips.
Yeah, it's like a crazy thing. They like invented the clean room for chips. You know, like how they do like a NASA style clean room where you go in and you're like, yeah, you have suit on.
That's kind of sick.
Airlock. Because like even a little bit of like, you know, like a speck of skin can cause like a dye to fail, and then you have to throw away a dye.
What?
Yeah, it's like a very clean environment.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Well, like I think this is more pertinent for me, but you know, like how much Twitch went up during COVID. In 1 month, like when COVID came out for February, right?
Came out.
Or like
When did they drop COVID?
when they dropped COVID, like within 2 months, I think Twitch went up by 30%.
Okay.
Like viewers, period.
Yeah.
I think by the next year it was 100%. It's like double, pretty much.
I believe it.
Like Twitch went from no one knew, like niche name, to a household name within the span of 1 year. It's actually crazy. Like Twitch, like COVID, as bad as it said, like kind of made my career, like helped my career a lot because of it. It's like whether
a lot of stay-at-home careers, but I think it also helped TikTok, YouTube.
True.
It helped massively. Netflix, it did. Anything that you could do when you stay at home.
Not anymore.
You know, but it also got me like now I just naturally like staying home.
Yeah.
So it's like now that's my preference, and you know I never knew how much I enjoyed staying home.
I don't like to be too comfortable anymore, because I think if you're too comfortable, like I like having a little bit of stress always. Like now if I stay home, I'm like I'm too comfortable, which is why like I gotta do something pretty much.
Yeah, it's weird for me now to wear pants, and we're actually wearing pants today.
Yes.
But I would wear sweatpants.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
I loved it.
I threw away almost everything that wasn't sweatpants during COVID. No joke. I was just like bought sweatpants. That's it.
Yeah.
COVID's been awesome. So that's what we learned on today's podcast. COVID's good. If you make a mistake, then
that's bad.
It's still okay.
Yeah.
Like just a few years. Just reframe your mind around it.
Yeah. Just mentally just overcome it. You know?
Yeah.
Let's get over it.
Yeah. Just figure it out. I think that about wraps it up for questions. Thank you so much, Graham Stefan, for coming on the podcast.
This is really enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, you can
subscribe.
find it on grahamstefan.com/youtube.com.
Grahamstefan.com/YouTube. No, I don't. YouTube.com/C/GrahamStefan. You gotta say the HTTP :
Yeah, make
colon
sure
slash
you have
slash.
Oh,
no,
make sure you have an SSL certificate running on it. Oh, all right.
Cool.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
So you've seen your friends' penises?
Oh, many times, many times.
Me and Scar have not crossed that boundary.
One of the weirdest things I saw was you could get used underwear in a vending machine because Japan, right? You know, there's
And where did you see this machine?
Huh?
Yeah, where exactly?
Where exactly?
Hey guys, welcome to the OTV podcast. This is episode 22. I'm your host for today, Gant/Gigak, and I'm with the boys.
We're using that. We're using that. That was free. So like Garnt.
Yeah, Gans. Or Gig Up, whatever you prefer, or Gig.
I've never heard of someone's name as Garn, because I was talking to Scar.
I thought it was Grant.
He's like,
I swear to God.
That's a more normal name, yeah. But
It is. Everyone thinks it's Grant. Yeah, it's actually like a running joke in my, just life. It's just my life at this point.
So, yeah, is that an English name?
No, it's Thai. So
okay.
I'm like fully Thai. Both my parents are Thai, but I was like born and raised in the UK. So a lot of Thai people, a lot of like, you know, Asian people I know chose like Western names, but I kept my Thai names. But I think Grant's pretty close to Grant.
It's very close.
Yeah. But it's still like unique enough that, you know, people still remember it easily. So yeah.
So yes, we're joined by Garnt or Giguk.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that one because I was like, maybe it's Gig UK because he's from the UK.
He gaslit me into thinking that wasn't his name. I've watched your stuff for so long. He's like, no, that's not how you say it. I'm like,
oh wow.
Shit, okay.
His name was Grant, bro.
Okay.
This is like every common mispronunciation of both my username and my name. This is great.
Yeah, Giguk is from the Trash Taste podcast, which is, I would say, the premier podcast if you're into anime or Japanese culture.
They're the #1 anime podcast and people talk about anime. They stopped after like episode 4. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it's like a running joke for us that we are an anime podcast that don't talk about anime. I mean, I rarely get to talk about anime with my boys, and the reason for that is because we both started off as like anime YouTubers, so we thought it was a good idea to market ourselves as an anime podcast, even though like the goal from the beginning was just to talk about anything. And, you know, that's kind of what we do now.
Yeah, because after you talk about like your favorite shows, you know, from your childhood, current shows.
Yeah.
What do you talk about after?
It's so hard to make a podcast about anime weekly, right? Because you just run out of topics. And like me, I watch anime basically for a living, and there are times where I fucking hate anime, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. There are times when you burn out and you just don't you want to talk about anything but anime. So that's kind of why we made the podcast. Because it was meant to be like an outlet to talk about anime, but also anything else we want to like shit about. And yeah, it's kind of like blown up over the last few years. We did not expect it to get to this level or this kind of size. And it's been pretty insane. So
probably a lot more anime watchers during the pandemic. They're like, oh, I'm kind of bored. What is this 2D cartoon that's it's kind of good.
Yeah.
Oh god, that and VTubing, blew up during.
VTubing blew up during the pandemic. I mean, that kind of made sense, right?
That does make sense.
But I feel like streamers in general, like kind of like they got like a huge boost in viewership.
Yeah.
Basically, anyone in like the online space, I feel, because everyone was just stuck inside and needed entertainment.
Yeah, streaming was definitely one of those things that just benefited from
the actual stats was, I think, for the 2-month period of like 2019.
Yeah.
And between like January to March, I think Twitch numbers went up on the website by 50%.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, it was like 100%.
Yeah.
It's really obvious because when you go now and you ask your Uber driver or anyone if they know what Twitch is, they do. It's like a household name where before, people only knew by YouTube.
Right.
Streaming was a weird thing.
Yeah, everyone's like that Gordon Ramsay thing, like
yeah.
Like what the hell's Twitch, right?
Yeah, like people don't know the intricacies, but they're like, oh yeah, I heard of Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's getting pretty popular, and a lot of people like want to be streamers. Now it's like, oh, I could try streaming if I buy this and that.
Yeah. It feels like for me, like, because I'm primarily a YouTuber, but it feels like, I don't know if it's true or not, but it feels like the barrier of entry for Twitch was just like a lot lower than it was for YouTube, because YouTube got to a point where the quality was so high that it was kind of like intimidating to try and make content that was successful. You can still do it, but I feel like some people like Mr. Beast and all that like raise the bar of quality now. So like I feel Twitch is now getting to that same level with, you know, stuff like Ludwig is doing, like some stuff that you guys are doing, which is like a lot of high-profile events that wasn't as prevalent, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention like a few years ago.
Yeah, streaming's definitely been more elevated lately, but I would still say it is harder to be a good YouTuber than it is to be a good streamer. like I have more respect for YouTubers than I have streamers, but maybe it's because I'm in the scene.
Bro, I have respect for Twitch streamers, man.
It might be like that. It's like, you know how the sausage is made? Yeah. Like when you see someone like doing the cheesy things, you're like, I don't fucking respect you, bro. But with YouTubers, you turn on the outside, it's like, wow, this is really cool.
I think for streamers, a lot of their hustle is getting to the point where they're really successful. And then they can kind of autopilot the top end. And like you don't, like it's not that difficult. Like the difficult part about streaming a lot of times is the stuff you do outside the stream. And like streaming is easy. I can breathe and stream. But like the like keeping up with like socials and making sure you're on top of all your other like bullshit. That's like the hard part. If you're streaming 8 hours a day and then going to do like YouTube, TikTok, a bunch of socials, thinking about like weird stuff to do with your future stuff, that's when the difficult part is. I think the maintenance is a lot easier.
Yeah, because like I look at you guys and you guys are like, it seems like you guys are like constantly on the grind. Even if you're not streaming, which you guys are streaming like a lot of hours, you guys are doing stuff outside the streams and everything like that. I can just take a break from uploads if I really want to, and it doesn't affect me too badly. You know, it just, like for me, it felt like I respect anyone who just has that much of like a mentality to be able to grind it out. And so yeah, respect guys. Yeah.
Nice to hear.
Yeah. I still like YouTubers more because YouTubers are definitely more well-adjusted in my opinion in terms of their like work ethic.
I'm a loser, yeah.
Just streamers are like, oh my god, here's my number, and you're constantly looking at other people's number. Like when it comes to like even podcasts, like some podcasts have more numbers, some podcasts less viewers, but I'm never like, oh yeah, I'm better than him. Or like I'm like this guy's better than me. With streaming, it's like here's your worth displayed for everyone to see. If you ever get in beef with someone, they could just like drop your viewer number on you. And I've seen like people would insult each other based on their view count. I'm like, that's like lowest below.
We've gone back to like high school now.
Yeah. It's like, God, that's where most streamers are insecure about.
Right. Is that why you feel like there's a pressure to like constantly be on that grind? And if you like see a drop in viewership, does it like really affect you a lot?
It definitely used to. I still don't like stream with my view count. Like I would say 80% of streamers don't look at the view count when they're live. Because that number goes up, it's like, oh, I'm being really funny. And they keep you up, and it goes down like I'm the lamest guy in the world.
Yep, it's awful.
All right, I'm glad to hear you say that because I started like dabbling in streaming like recently, and the live viewership count, that's just like such a vibe killer. Oh my god, your mood goes up and down with your view count, and I fucking hated it. I was like, oh shit, man, this is